Speaking from experience.
We're not even in person, and here you go. You know I'm about to hit record, and you sit here and sing.
It's all stuck in my head.
Ma'am, I'm trying to do the introduction. Hello, welcome to the B.A.E podcast episode. Fill in the blank. I am.
That's sad. No, really, what episode is it?
I don't know. That's your job.
I'm supposed to know. It's both of y'all job.
No. We have distinct roles over here at the B.A.E podcast. I am the EP. Jasmine is the director of guest relations and also the count keeper. Oh, and she's also visual
minimal ass job.
She's also the visual director.
At it.
You're the visual director too. You handle the YouTube. Anyway, I am lovely, and welcome to a special episode of Wine Down Wednesday with the B.A.E pod.
You ain't got no damn wine. Oh, you made her something like
talking before she know. That's what she good at.
Hello, I'm Martina Rose. What's good, people?
Normally, we wouldn't introduce our guest until the time came for him, but since we're on camera,
Zoom, you might as well.
Welcome.
I'm really gonna find out what episode we on. Go ahead and introduce.
Introducing. Oh, I'm sorry. What is your? Well, you give yourself your own podcast name. I mean, yeah. Well, shoot. How does that work? You have a podcast. Well,
myself.
Yeah, because normally people don't have nothing going for themselves.
I'm known as Revenue Lemieux. I'm 1/3 of another podcast, and that's it.
And speaking of another podcast, I am the voice of the intro.
Okay.
When you listen to it, when you hear the intro,
maybe mess up count. You made me mess up count.
Don't you start at 37 for real and go up?
I don't even number y'all episodes though.
So, a lot of people don't number their episodes.
I mean, I number mine though.
Okay, well, good for you.
With the number and the title.
Sir, you're a rookie to
this
the
is
game.
46.
46?
46.
Welcome to episode 46 of the B.A.E podcast.
Yep.
And I'm trying to tell us veterans.
Can you please, when you do this, put 46 and whatever the name is? Because
that's what I do.
I always got to start from 37 and count up.
I'm not doing that.
I'm just trying to get.
You can do that on the YouTube. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to our viewers.
Was the 37th episode? So 37 for real was the 37th episode?
Yeah, because that week prior on episode 36, we had said it was episode 37. And it was not.
It's actual 37.
Yeah, so it's 37 for, right. But anyway, because I'm sorry, listeners and viewers, for the back and forth we have going on. How is everyone doing this week?
Jasmine?
I'm sorry. Yeah, Jasmine. Gotta start with Jasmine. We start.
So I'm doing good. I'm doing really well. I guess because I did have COVID. At some point, you realize
life is precious.
Right. Because when I tell people I had COVID, at that point, it's a death sentence. It's like
when you tell them that you had it.
No, when you're gonna die, or even if I had it, not even when I had it. When I had it.
When you say past tense, they still
presently
funny.
Right. Even in past tense, it's still like, oh my God. And then I know one girl, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm just picturing you. The picture she sent that she thought I was looking like presently was if you seen what's Marlon Wayne's movie?
Oh, when he was the little dude in the hospital bed.
Exactly. I said, why you playing? And then one of my friends was like,
Uncle Pete.
I told her, I had it. I don't have it anymore. She like, I'm so glad you ain't died. I'm like, you know what? Y'all people don't know what to say. Like, but,
all they know is that people, they just know that people have been dying.
Right. So, so I'm just appreciative. I've been staying at home a lot more. Working from home a lot more. I'm over it. Doing therapy
at home. All it took was a pandemic.
God. Huh?
All it took was a pandemic and actually catching it to sit your ass down. Won't he do it?
Exactly. And staying at home is not my thing. Mm-hmm. I did because I got sick, I pushed my date back for my licensure test. So I
When is
haven't
it
taken
now?
my license. Huh?
When is it now?
In
That's right. I
October.
forgot. You're not telling people. I forgot. My bad.
It's in October though.
Oh, okay.
So I was kind of like, I think I've been, I don't want to say discouraged, but I've been feeling away. So I've been talking to my therapist about it because I think my therapist is starting to see that I'm affected because I really want to like take it and be done with it.
Yeah, get it over with.
Right. And of course, at that point, because that'll put me in a different place in life, I really want to be done with it. So I think I was a little bit flustered about that, but I knew I wasn't ready. So it is what it is. But yeah.
That's good that you know you ain't waste that money to have to take it again.
That ain't no joke.
Yeah, that
That
ain't no joke.
For real.
I got faith in my friend.
Yeah, man.
You gonna take it and you gonna pass it the first time.
Amen.
And if you don't, we just ain't gonna tell nobody. We still gonna say that you passed it the first time.
Claim it.
Come
Claim
on.
it. Amen.
I claim it for you. Anything else? We haven't recorded in a long time. I want you to know that the reason we haven't recorded in a long time is because of Jasmine, and not because of her COVID, but because we would be scheduled to record and she would forget and get drunk.
No, 1 week it was because I didn't feel good because I had COVID.
And another week it was because you forgot and you got drunk.
That was after the COVID or before?
This is after.
No, yeah, after the COVID I got drunk. Huh?
You had to celebrate that you made it through.
Right. Celebrate life. Right. I wasn't even at home.
Because
that
you forgot.
Very interesting.
Hey, that self-isolation shit ain't no joke.
14 days a long time. I don't think.
First off, I agree. However, Jasmine has not isolated the quarantine time. She ain't been isolated.
Talk about when she was sick.
Right, but I did isolate when I was exposed too. I was exposed to somebody.
No, and I'm very proud of you.
Quarantined twice.
Yeah, that shit is ridiculous.
14 days out of 4 months. Is okay.
14 days by yourself and you feel like shit.
She ain't feel like shit that long.
Yeah, not 14 days, but
she felt bad for a day, and she was like, "I think I'm gonna have to get me a husband because I can't do this." And then the next day,
but that one day I thought I was gonna die. See, like one thing about it, 2 things for sure. I always lock my screen door when I go to, because I be like, yo, I live by myself, like, you know what I'm saying. The one night I was like, I ain't like the screen door because I said if I die, can't nobody come in the house and come help me.
They can break the screen.
So I was like, oh, I am really like going through it.
Oh yeah, but the next day you was right as rain. You was right as rain. You was like, oh, I'm good. But I am happy that you made it through.
I made it through the storm.
Woo, praise the Lord.
How you been?
I've been fine for the most part.
What's new? What's happening?
I've been going to work. I actually worked from home today. And when I tell you, I really missed it here. I missed working from home. It's just so satisfying. But other than that, like, I've just been going to work. I think that's the brunt. And I go to work and then I come home and I'm just so tired compared to when I was working from home all day and I just felt like I had energy to do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I guess nothing. I have finally mastered my wash and go. I have finally mastered it.
That's a task.
Like mastered, because at first I had mastered it like 75%. So we're like, okay, I 75% like it. So we're like, okay, I could go outside, but like, I got it.
Is that a wash and go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that look good.
I have, you know what it is? It's the banding.
Is it just that you mastered it, or is also that you train your hair?
No, I think it's the key component that I wasn't doing was banding. So, you know, most people, like when their hair is curly, they pineapple it at night. Mm-hmm. And when your hair is a certain length, pineappling doesn't necessarily work because it'll make your curls in the back flat if they're not long enough that they can reach all the way to the top of the pineapple. And so my hair is at that phase where like it'll, you know, be at my head, so it gets flat in the back. So now I band my hair instead of pineappling it, and that helps because first off, my hair isn't all up. So when I take it out of the bands, it's already down. Mm-hmm. It's already down, so I don't have to like try to get it to come down, and it's not flat like that. It's just I've just mastered it. And
that's good.
Now that I've mastered it, I feel more comfortable doing like a YouTube video because I've been wanting to start a YouTube, but it's like, how am I gonna start a YouTube and I don't even like the way my hair looking all the way.
Girl, get you that YouTube money because
Now,
listen, natural ain't for me. I be trying and I be like,
no, it takes. Well, it's been years. It's been years of trial and error. I look back at my pictures. It's been years of me going outside, not looking how I would like to have looked. It's been years. So now I'm just waiting on my hair to grow long enough so that when it is stretched, it can touch me. It can touch me more than just when I hold my head back.
That's an accomplishment. Clap in a circle again. That's an
accomplishment. Oh yes. Anything else happening? I don't think work is just like work. I've been late to work every day. 9:00. I ain't even going there 8:30, 8:45. I'm going to work at 9:00. Like that's the time I'm supposed to arrive.
Oh, well, I'm about to say, what time you supposed to be at work?
8:30.
Oh, you get there 30 minutes late.
30 whole minutes. Just, Carrie, please sit down.
She's talking to the dog.
But yeah, I can't really think of anything. I can't think of anything joyous over the last couple weeks since we recorded.
That's it then. That's it. Mike, how you doing?
I'm good. I've been chilling. Working, same old shit.
Good.
Nothing too crazy. Just enjoying being better. Probably, I want to go swim for Labor Day. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I've been thinking about for the last couple of days. But other than that, ain't shit else going on for real.
Oh, for Labor, do you think that it's going to be safe to travel? Because my mom think everybody that's traveling is...
Who is that with their cell phone ringer on?
Me. Now, the funny thing is that it's not even a text message, but you said what now?
Well,
is it safe to travel? I'm just saying,
I mean,
like it's safe to travel.
Nah, I mean, you got to guarantee your own safety for the most part. You got to do the best you can do for yourself because it's like, I figured like from me and from other people that I seen got it, like, even if you're cautious, you still get a chance to get it. I know people that have been outside, been to clubs, day parties, been everywhere, and they ain't got it yet. You know what I'm saying? You got people wearing masks, wearing gloves in the grocery store, and they getting it. So I really don't. I think if it's for you, it's for you. You know?
Or they may have had it, just didn't have symptoms.
That too. But I mean, shit, I'd rather get it and not have symptoms than go through the shit I already went through.
Oh, well, yeah. But the point of the scariness of having it and not having symptoms is giving it to loved ones that could have severe symptoms.
Yeah.
But that's the scary part of it.
But I think it's only as safe as you make it.
I feel like traveling, that's something like, you can kind of have
control,
a little bit of control over. You can control like, oh, I need to wash my hands or I need to.
I mean, I'm not talking like a plane or nothing. I'm not getting on no plane no time soon. I don't really I like wearing my mask in the grocery store for a long time because I feel like I can't breathe. So I ain't flying on no plane for hours with the mask on. So.
What happened to
what? That's dead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you trying to go somewhere in driving distance?
Yeah. I'm going driving distance. I don't give a fuck if I got to drive like 9 hours. I'm driving.
I mean, that's like a campaign that Virginia has going on. It's called the Wonder Love campaign. And so they're trying to encourage people to drive to travel.
Versus
because a lot of people will feel more comfortable drive. People feel more comfortable in their own car where they, feel like they can relax a little bit. It's my car. So they're trying to encourage road trips.
And also, a lot of, I think 1 or 2 airlines said this week that they're not cleaning the seats and stuff in between flights no more. So that really built it for me.
I just don't understand, who is their PR people to say that? Why would y'all? I mean,
if they release that statement, they got to put it out.
Even if y'all don't want, even if that's something y'all not doing, why would y'all?
Right? Why would you?
Out?
I mean, can you really not put that out? Because say if somebody come on there and they found out you wasn't doing it and they get sick, they can sue you. So go ahead and throw it out there fly at your own risk. We not cleaning this shit up when you get off or when the last people got off.
Yeah, but I think it'll be difficult for them to prove that they
got sick because of that.
Yeah,
people find loopholes to sue shit all the time.
First off, they barely clean the planes in between flights anyway. They don't do a thorough cleaning. They do a little vacuum and pick up.
Started cleaning in between flights.
Huh?
They're not doing it.
They had started doing that.
But they said
they had started it.
Yeah.
So is this something they implemented? They implemented special cleaning
for COVID.
And so they're just not going to do it. They're going to go back to their normal way of doing it.
Well, I think they at least cleaned up, but they just said they ain't doing shit now. You getting on, you flying, you getting off. The next people getting on. But I mean, planes been dirty.
That sound like COVID.
Yeah, planes been nasty. And that's why Naomi Campbell made that video she made of her taking 20 minutes to clean her area, and everybody laughed at her. And now look.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Now look. Naomi Campbell, when she made that video, she had her wipes, her gloves.
Yeah, Southwest was the first people that said it.
Oh well. I prefer Delta. What did Delta say?
Yeah, I don't know, but so I don't like Southwest either.
I bought some Delta stocks, and it's only been going up. I bought Delta stocks when the pandemic was booming. It was like $20 a stock.
That's good. That's good. But yeah, it is what I think at some point you just got to take your own precautions, because it's just like you said, you could do everything correctly and you still may get it because it's really unknown. You don't know people like, how you get it?
I don't know.
So, well, we don't want to discourage people. I just want the people to know that I have been doing everything correctly and I have not gotten it. Don't want to discourage the people to think that.
Ain't nobody discouraging people. People all know that.
I want people to know that I have not gotten it, and I have been taking.
It's also somebody on the other end of the spectrum that could be like, I don't wear no mask. I don't do this. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? There
was somebody like that. Like Doja Cat did that, and her ass got it.
I don't fuck with Doja Cat. Like,
saying how she was loud and wrong and got it, it's not fucking with her. It's setting a thing. She was one of the people that was outwardly like, I'm not wearing no mask. It's not serious. Whatever.
Oh, she was doing all that. Why was she doing all that?
And then she got it, and then she said she had like a symptom freak out, which I didn't know what that meant. But my nail tech was like pretty much like all of this. Like she had a abundance. It means like she had like an abundance of symptoms.
I had that the first day. Like I didn't get like the pre-symptoms. I got all my shits like that night. Like they came together. It wasn't like I was coughing this day and I feel sick. It was just like.
No, but I do feel like you had like a gradual, like you're coughing.
How you feel? How you know how?
No, I'm not saying how you feel, but like your coughing wasn't. I don't remember you coughing like that when you first like was like, hey, I don't feel good. I feel like your coughing came maybe like 2 days later.
Yeah, my coughing came out. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have no like warning symptoms to beforehand. Like everything just hit at once.
Oh, it's like, bam, I'm sick.
Yeah, it was like fever, chills, sweat, headache, body aches. It was all like one night, like a Saturday night. Just boom.
But the flu was like that. When I had the flu, I didn't have any. I just was sick. So I mean, that's just like to me, that's just like sickness. You feel good one moment, and the next moment you don't.
That shit was like, I gotta go home.
Yeah. But that was one thing I was telling my mom today too, because they were saying about the effects of after you have gotten over COVID, the things that you can experience. And my mom was just telling me, like, you still got to be cautious because you got all these things. And I was like, one thing that I'm noticing is that COVID symptoms is it's everything that your body's doing wrong at some point. Like it's just so many different symptoms. It's like, because like I can today, like, I feel nauseous. My mom like, ooh, is that COVID? I'm like,
okay.
No, because that's one of the symptoms. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of makes you fearful or worrisome, I guess, at some point, because it's just everything. It's like, ooh, you cough, ooh, you sneeze, ooh, your nose running.
That's how I feel with my asthma and my allergies. That's what, like, every time, like, if my throat is scratchy, I'm like, oh my God, like, did I get it? And I have to like look at my app to see, well, how bad is the whatever? Then it's like, oh, the whatever is super high. Or even like with my asthma was really, really bad. And I didn't know what it was. And then I just kind of like trial and error with stuff. I realized like, oh, it's the air conditioning. Mm-hmm. Like the air conditioner blowing on me was making my asthma act up really bad. Or even the last couple days, my asthma hasn't bothered me at all. But guaranteed next week or the week after, it's going to be flaring up really bad. So it's like anything, you can have a cold and you look like you got COVID. And then you got to be scared for weeks because the test don't come back. I took a test and that test came back 14 days later. Like, by the time you find out if you got it or not, your quarantine is done.
Yeah.
That's like my grandma was sick as hell. Like, she probably got it. We thinking now that me and my uncle talk, we think we got it from her. So it was like, we was going to see her and, picking up stuff from over there. And she was all right, but then like.
Oh no. Can you hear him?
Going places and checking on me, but she was sick the whole time and ain't tell nobody. So
She acting like young
granddaddy
folks.
tested positive, and she tested negative, but she was sick the whole time.
So
I
it
guess
was over.
she had it first, and it went through everybody else. Cause I got it, my uncle got it, his wife got it, my other aunt got it. You know, all like everybody that had seen my grandma. So, but she's, running around regular.
Oh wow.
She acting like a young person, sitting there having it and still partying. Well,
that's good. So she didn't have it bad, or she might have been like
sick, but she was not. She was to the point where she could like still do stuff. It wasn't like bad as me or my uncle or my aunt, but and like my granddad, he had no symptoms, and he just
which
got
is so ironic because they're older.
Yeah,
That's the irony.
He's still positive and got like no symptoms.
That's the irony. I mean, it's a good thing because that's the whole thing. The older people are the ones that are getting sick and not faring well. But that's just the ironic part. The younger people are the ones that was down and out, couldn't do nothing, and the older ones, she's still moving and shaking like.
Yeah, she taking care of my granddaddy, and he,
like regular.
Yeah.
Well, Lord, please don't let me get it, because asthma is enough for me.
Definitely. Me too.
Well, come on, Curator Jasmine.
Girl, you got the notes just like I got them. What you mean?
Okay, well, let me go in the notes. Don't act like you don't normally deliver you must be texting somebody.
Nah, but you know what I was doing? I want something sweet so bad. So I was looking up what time donuts on a stick close, but I ain't gonna.
Where's that at?
In Yorktown.
Let's go to Cold Stone.
Huh?
Let's go to Cold Stone.
I don't want Cold Stone. I want donuts on a stick.
God, hell for going to go donuts on a stick.
Have you been there before?
No,
they have ice cream.
Clearly not. If I said,
their ice cream is. They have ice. So they do the donut and the ice cream together.
Okay. Really do they have cookie dough?
Yes, and their ice cream is better than Cold Stone. But I mean, I like Cold Stone.
Close.
Nah. That's all. I was trying to look up the time. It closes at 9. We don't.
You won't make it, honey.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna make that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
No. Well, Jasmine has put in here topics of new podcasts emerging, which is actually very fitting since Michael. Wait, what's your name up here?
Whatever you want to call me.
Okay. Yeah, because he said revenue somebody.
My at name on everything. My handle.
I can't keep up with that.
Jasmine don't look at nobody posts except for her. She don't look at nobody's stories except for her own.
I mean, I ain't talking about stories. I'm just saying, like,
I know his name Revenue.
Yeah, we messaged on that and the other shit. So I mean, like IG and Twitter. So I mean, I know your damn name.
I don't know your IG name.
It's like Martina Roses and Royal Ecstasy or some shit, right?
Royal Ecstasy, because that
that is my IG name.
I don't know what that is.
That's her.
Well, where'd you get that from?
You definitely work at.
Well, my favorite color is purple, which is the color of royalty. I don't know where ecstasy comes from. I don't know where I pulled it.
It sounds like when you go to one of them stripper parties and they say like, "Here's your stripper name." Have you watched P-Valley?
That's her.
I like P-Valley.
I bet you do.
I do. When the girls get naked.
Okay, so
down in the valley, when the girls get naked.
Our guest has a new podcast.
What made you want to get started in podcasting?
We were supposed to do it like a year ago, but it was 4 of us at first, then it went to 2, then it went to 3. So I mean, we had to figure out for the actual type of people we wanted to have on there first. Mm-hmm. Secondly,
so it sounds like you were like, were you one of the people behind it, like to really push to get it started? Like you always been interested in podcasts is what I'm trying to.
Yeah, we were supposed to do it like a while ago, but
who was we?
The studio that we recorded in. Oh, me and Twan, Fly by Any Means.
Okay.
So Twan came to me about it first. Cause me and Twan been cool since like 2011. So we always like talk about business and different ventures, all type of shit. So he came to me with a podcast idea. We had tried to figure out the group of people we was gonna use. We had a certain 4 at first. One person didn't work out, so we dropped down to 3, and then that's the 3 y'all see now. But with the hold up was mostly the studio, because that studio that we recorded, we were supposed to, he was getting it together while we was waiting. So that was a lot of the hold up. So once the studio got finished, that's when we started recording. And now the studio just got some new things done to it. Like, so now they got their own cameras that switch automatically when we talk and stuff, so we don't got to bring our own cameras.
Oh, That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's good.
Like,
They used to take up time. I mean, you pay by the hour, so that took up time for y'all to set up y'all's
yeah,
cameras.
but he'll look out like if it take us a while to set up, we'll just text him, you know, because he running remotely, so it's like he'll be in Florida or whatever and do the session from the computer in Florida, but he sent us like the code for the door, and we get in the door and then we record.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's good. How do you feel like it's going? Like, what are the pros and cons? I guess at some point.
The pros, I would say, it's like therapy a little bit, or therapeutic, I should say. You get to see different people's views. People you thought one way about something, you might see they think another way. Also, it just, you know, it's a change of scenery. I get to go to Norfolk every week now, so it's like I'm in Norfolk. While I'm over there, I do other shit, so I like that. But the cons is like it's more work than you think it is. It's a lot of work, actually. Like especially editing video, editing audio. Episode descriptions, posting links, promoting it. It's a lot of shit behind it, like besides recording.
You need to say that coming up with shit to talk about.
Nah, that's easy for us to like. That's not.
The only reason it's difficult for us is because we're not consistent. If we were more consistent, we would have we would see.
No, but I also think after a while, and when I was talking, it's so funny because I just had this conversation with somebody. Because somebody I didn't even expect to listen to the podcast and know nothing about it came up to me. Was like, "Hey, you still do your podcast?" I was like, "Yeah." You recording a while, and I said, at some point, I think that Leslie's my friend. I kind of know how she's going to talk about certain topics, so it's kind of like I don't even feel like that topic is worth talking about at some point. Like I just feel like I know where it's gonna go.
If I might surprise you.
I know, like it's going, and it's like it's like I say something, she answered the question, and then be like, all right, what's next? And I'd be like, that wasn't even a conversation. That was just like an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess it's 3 of y'all. And then the other thing about it is that I was thinking about when I was talking to the person was it was one more thing that I said. I can't remember. But yeah, so coming up, I mean, if you talk about what do y'all talk about? Because of course I ain't listened to the podcast yet. So y'all talk about sports and stuff.
Thanks for the support.
Damn, that was a stereotype.
I haven't listened to it yet because Leslie just sent it to me yesterday.
You can watch it, you can listen to it, you have it, you know, we got multiple.
He just sent it to me yesterday.
That was a stereotype to say, do y'all talk about sports and stuff? Just
like we talk about certain.
It was because they're men.
But we talk about entertainment. You know, like when we go back, we're gonna open it up a little bit. You know, have more guests. Just talk about different things. But right now, it's mostly entertainment, music, just everyday life. We ain't really get into too much like relationship shit because I know somebody had asked me like they wanted to hear like relationship aspects from a man's point of view. But since it's 3 men, that's 3 different ages up there. They were like, yeah,
that's good. Are y'all in different phases in life?
What you mean by that?
That's such a good question. Come on, Jim.
Like, so is one like single? Somebody married?
Nobody's married. No, nobody married.
Nobody's married. Okay.
One single. One got a girlfriend and the other one got a girlfriend.
But one is younger.
But that's the last point. That is the last point.
Yeah, the oldest person on the show is single. The youngest person and the middle person has a girlfriend.
Okay. Oh, the oldest.
But the youngest person is in their 20s versus.
Yeah, he's like 26.
30s. Okay. And that was the last thing I said. I said at some point too, you do realize that I guess after a while when you're recording, you kind of like, I guess, you kind of hesitant on what you say.
Oh.
Because you don't want, you know what I'm saying, you don't want it to get out, if somebody come back to you, say something.
You're more mindful.
Offend somebody. So yeah, you're very mindful of what you're more mindful of. So I was like, that's the other thing I'm starting to realize. So it's kind of like, that kind of takes away from the conversation sometimes, unless you all just out there.
We don't really do that. Like, whatever we speak on, like however they feel, is however they feel. If it's something we don't like, we edit it. You know what I'm saying? We're in full control with the people here. So I mean, like y'all in full control. So it's like if Leslie
don't like, well, Leslie edit. We don't want to do all that. We just trying to put it out. But I think
we already got to do a lot of editing anyway. We got video, audio. So I mean, it's like,
y'all high tech. Oh, they out there. They high tech. That's what it is.
But I think even with us, we've gotten to the point where at first we were like saying whatever. I feel like we've gotten to the point where we may not necessarily bite our tongue, but we just have figured out a way to better say things. so that we still say on what we want to say, but we're not saying it where it's like person A and person B, and we've just figured out a better way of saying it.
You mean like mentioning names?
Well, just
but we have had situations where we didn't mention names and people still come.
They knew it was them.
I don't like that. I can't speak for Leslie. I personally do not like when people come to me and say, "I heard you say this." I don't like it.
I mean,
I don't even want to be bothered with
no one says nothing to me.
If that's the thing, then like you could kind of like have to watch what you say if you get stuff like that. But like when people text me or DM me about it, it's like stuff that we talked about, like pretending like entertainment and stuff like that, or they like, yo, you was wrong about this, or you was right. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
just an opinion.
Yeah, more like opinion. Like if somebody comes to me like, I heard what you said, blah 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 blah. Like, okay, like
no one's came to me like that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like it's your stage. It's not your stage, but it's your platform to voice how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But if you feel like you don't want to offend somebody, you might have to like tone it down. But other than that, I mean, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. But I always, before I say something that I think somebody will get offended by, it's like I say these are my views and I'm speaking for myself, and then I say what I gotta say. But I think the only issue where we really had a problem with what we said was we had an episode we was talking about how excuse me, this is right after the George Floyd shit. We had a lot of racist. I ain't gonna say racist. We had a lot of racial shit up there, and then like the girl that was supposed to edit the episode, she's white. So we sent her the episode. She like, all right, I'm gonna start on it. Boom, 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 boom. We agreed the payment price and all of that. But like when she watched it, she edited like the beginning to give us an intro, but she never hit us back like to send the episode back or to confirm like when we're gonna pay her. Like, and we got into the racial shit early, so she probably got like 10 minutes into it and was like, "Oh hell no," you know what I'm saying? So that's the only issue we had.
Did she edit the whole thing?
She ain't never sent it back. She ain't never respond back to our messages or anything. And this was like a 2-3 week relationship of texting that turned into nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
I don't know if that's why she didn't hit us back, but that's what us three think. Like, damn, we was talking that racial shit heavy. So, but I mean, it's views from black men. If you are comfortable with it, you should, go see what's really going on in the world.
Right. So I guess that brings us to the question of being that it sounds like you're investing in your podcast. Like this is something like you really are invested in, you really enjoy it. Do you feel like coming out the gate, because I don't know, because you may already be doing this. Do you feel like when you come out that it is, I guess, something necessary to make it make money from it? Make it something monetary?
I feel like everything you do if you go into something for the money, it doesn't usually work out for the money. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying? Like if your man goes like, I'm gonna get paid, I'm doing every move is towards the money. Like a lot of times you probably have failed. That's how I feel. But I think if you consistent enough, because the end goal is the money in the bigger picture. But if you consistent enough, you're gonna get there. You gotta, grind, put your episodes out, meet other people that do stuff, make connections and grow your podcast. But other than that, like I'm not in to say, all right, the first day, like, all right, we're gonna get to this money. On YouTube, you gotta have like 1,000 subscribers and like a crazy amount of watching hours. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like 4,000 watching hours. Is it 10? I thought it was 4.
Or is it 10K subscribers? Or?
No, it's 1,000 subscribers.
Oh, 1,000.
So before you can even get monetized, you gotta have 1,000 subscribers and you gotta have so many listening hours. So you can have all these subscribers and nobody's listening and you're not going anywhere.
And you're still not gonna get the money.
Yeah, so
from YouTube. Okay.
Yeah, from YouTube. But as far as getting picked up by a company and all that stuff, that's probably super hard to do right now. As far as like get picked up by Spotify or Barstool or something like that, because it's a saturated market right now. You see like podcasts come and go every week. Some people might have had one, then they don't got one, then they got a new one with other people on. Like it's a revolving door.
Right. And it's so crazy because I just recently got into, like, probably during quarantine, because I listen to podcasts a lot, into Charlamagne the Gods. I never listened to Brilliant Idiots before.
I don't like some of the views that wasn't it Andrew Schultz? That's his name, right?
Yeah.
I don't like some of the things, so I've been stopped listening to them.
But the crazy thing, I didn't know their podcast been on that long.
Yeah, it's been
on for a minute.
Like, right. And I'm like, I just started listening to this. Yeah. And I seen something, yeah. So it's like, it is like what you said, like the saturated market, because it's like a lot you know,
It went from none to
all these different podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And then it's crazy because like even one of my coworkers came to me just recently, was like, "Hey, how you start a podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know."
First off, if we gonna start telling people how to start podcasts, we don't start paying us.
Right, that's what. Right, because I was just like, I was like, if you want the technical part of it, you gonna have to talk to somebody else. But I said I can give you like the base.
I can tell you the basics.
I just give them the basics. Like, you need to do this. You need to download.
Yeah,
this,
that's it.
Like, I tell them that, but as far as like I don't. As far as if they ask me like, so what should I talk about up there? Like, if you gotta ask me what you should talk about on your podcast, you probably shouldn't have a podcast. And every conversation with your friends, or every time you sit down and chop it up with your friends, that don't mean like you need to have a podcast. Like, every time, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are just like, oh, me and my friends always talk about this type of shit. We should do a podcast. Like, now you got to be dedicated. Like,
you do
work. Like after that first episode, second episode, and then I was editing, doing all this other shit. I was like, man, this shit feel like a job.
Hello. It's like at some point you're like, oh, this a hobby. Like you like, oh, this easy. Yeah. But yeah, it's like when you get to the nitty gritty of it, it is like, you know what I'm saying? I feel bad because Leslie do a lot of that stuff.
Well, the worst part is sitting here and talking about everything and then having to go back and listen again to edit.
Right.
And that's why I was like, oh no. We gotta learn. We gotta learn how to.
Time that something happened.
And that's why I think me and Leslie try to cut out conversations to edit, because nobody wants you to listen to it.
That's the painstaking part. It's like, dang, I just listened to this and I gotta listen to it again. And then you're gonna listen to it again because you want to help yourself get views. So
I don't do that.
Oh no, I'll be at work and I'll like play it in the background just on mute.
Yeah, like one thing that I did notice, like when editing video, like you really gotta watch it and pay attention to it. So it's like, God damn, and this shit like an hour and 20 minutes long. So you really gotta, it ain't like you just watching it for an hour and 20 minutes. It's like you watch it for shit, when to cut the camera, when to switch cameras on different people. So it take mad long to do that shit. So it's like, man, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? So after
like 2 hours.
I'm gonna write this damn time down, and when we fucked up or when we took a break to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what we started doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna write this time down. Then after that, I'm gonna go to the computer. I'm gonna hit that little scissors shit and delete that shit out. And then,
the razor.
Yeah, the razor.
And I forgot, me and Leslie was also trying to do that. What happened with I don't know what happened. I think I was supposed to do it.
COVID what?
When we were supposed to be like writing down the times of like the topics.
I think COVID just happened. Like, I haven't been in your house to record since the last time I think we recorded at your house. We had the video.
But we don't know how to do the link. I don't know how. Well, I don't know how to do it. You may. I don't know how to do the link where you link it. You know how
I did it once. It's within the programming that they'll do it.
Gotcha.
But what's that app that we were using at first?
I have no idea.
Well, if somebody asked me the basics on how to start, that's what I would tell them.
Anchor. We started on Anchor. Yeah, we recorded our first.
If you're basic, you're just trying to get started, especially if it's just you, use Anchor, because
that's what I said.
I would assume that if it's just you, you're not going to be. I would assume that if it's just a solo person doing a podcast, they wouldn't be doing, talking for over an hour. And I think the cutoff for Anchor was 45 minutes or an hour, maybe somewhere in between.
Yeah, and then it cut off. Yeah, it was something like that.
If you're by yourself and you're talking for more than an hour, you got to figure that out. But Anchor is like really good.
I got like one of my friends, his joint is called like his name 15 minutes with blank. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. Every episode 15 minutes, and he just talk about what's going on and what happened. But he's like an entertaining person. Like even his stories, you could just watch him and like you hit him like, damn, what happened to this? You know what I'm saying? So
that's good. But 15 minutes is like an appropriate time to want to hear somebody talk, and then all right, catch you next time.
Yeah.
And you know what's so interesting about that? Because one of our guests, which Tremaine, with her podcast,
was it Pennies and
the name of her podcast,
something a dime,
right? My last dime.
Yeah, that's it.
So she does a podcast and she does it like based off that, because she says the average, well, of course, this is when people were driving to work, but the average work commute was like 20-something minutes. So all her podcasts like 20-something minutes.
No, that's good.
It's the app. She based it off of that. Like, well, that's the average commute.
That was smart.
Yeah, so she don't go longer than that.
Because even like when you're on YouTube and you're looking at the analytics and you see like average watch time, like if the video hour, the average watch time could be like 25 minutes or, 27 minutes. Like, it's some people that will watch the whole thing, but there's some people that don't. Like some people may have some shit to do, because watching the podcast and listening is different. Like you can listen and clean the house up and do other shit, but watching you gotta be focused in on. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's sitting down really watching the whole thing, and unless you're watching it now, you stop and get back to the rest later. You know what I'm saying? So people only watch like almost half of it. So that's the only thing with that. But that was a good idea on her part. That was smart. I'm gonna have to steal that. You know what I'm saying? Next time.
Definitely.
You look for our podcast.
My sis.
Or whatever my next venture is.
Ooh. Okay.
My sis. Okay. You want to talk about sole proprietorship, or you skip past that?
I could touch a little bit on that. So pretty much, I don't know what we have talked about because
we had talked. I guess because we have an LLC, and you was teaching me because I didn't know the difference between.
Yeah. So we had an LLC just because Jasmine actually like took the lead on that, on getting our business license and stuff, which I still think was our better option because it's two of us. It still was our better option. But I recently purchased a Cricut machine, which for anyone that doesn't know, is pretty much a vinyl cutting machine. So if you want to make like decals or make shirts or different things like that, like crafting, if you're into crafting, then a Cricut, or some people use a Silhouette, things like that. So just because I don't play with the IRS, I went ahead and got like my business stuff together and tax stuff and all that, just so that if I do start selling, I would have all my ducks in a row. And in my research, I found that for me, a sole proprietorship would be more beneficial and less expensive than to do an LLC. I feel like a lot of people just automatically get an LLC because it sounds good. It sounds good, like, oh, I got a business LLC, whatever. But in a lot of cases, people can get a sole proprietorship, which is a lot cheaper. Because with an LLC, I think you're supposed to pay like fees every year, which we probably need to look into that. But it's like fees you're supposed to pay every year, and it costs more. And then the biggest thing with a LLC is that the funds that you earn from your income or your profits or whatever from your LLC, you're not just supposed to automatically take those funds and just spend it on whatever. You have to have it go into a separate account, and you have to do different things with it to make sure that you are within the law. With a sole proprietorship, you can easily just include that in your regular income. I have mine go into a separate account if whenever I do sell something, but I can have it going into my regular personal account and it won't be a problem. It's a sole proprietorship where the money can be counted as my regular income, go out of my regular income. I think the only thing I paid for, the federal identification number was free. Only thing I think I paid for was to register the name of my business, which I think that was $10. And then I think I paid $20 for something else that I can't remember. But I think with a business license, it could be $100. It can vary depending on, well, all of it can vary depending on where you live. But a business license was more expensive. So pretty much, you just really want to see what you're working with. You can have a sole proprietorship and then upgrade it to an LLC if you do start to make money to where you feel that you need more.
Okay.
But the main difference was with a sole proprietorship, everything that I have, like my house, my car, all that stuff could be liable if someone decides to sue me. Versus with an LLC, it's limited liability where they can only sue to a certain amount. However, like what I was doing, I'm not providing a service to where I'm touching anybody. I'm not adding no lashes to nobody's face. I ain't gluing no frontals. I'm not doing anything to touch you to cause you harm. The biggest thing that I would just need to look out for is copyright infringement. So I just make sure that whatever I use, if it's a certain font that I use that I'm gonna sell, I make sure I either bought the font or I make sure I have the commercial license for that font. Or if it's anything that I'm doing for my Cricut where I'm going to be selling a product, I make sure that the font, the graphics, whatever it is, I have the commercial license that gives me permission to sell it and make money off of it. I ain't touching nobody, so what y'all gonna, what was it before? But, you just have to look at your business as to what you're doing to see if you feel comfortable. If you're adding eyelashes to somebody's eye, maybe you feel comfortable, with a sole proprietorship. Make sure you're careful where you put the glue at. If you waxing some hair off some body parts, you know,
Okay.
whatever you feel. I'm just thinking about what somebody would sue you for. People like to sue when you touch them, okay? When you add some braids to somebody's head and then they cut the braid too close to their scalp and they make the hair fall out, they want to sue you for tension alopecia. You know, the folks is petty.
So what y'all think about WAP? Since you talk about waxing.
Solid business advice, and you saying here just because I said,
girl, what you think? Yeah, because you talked about waxing, so you jogged my memory.
WAP is definitely a business for some women.
Ain't it? But I heard it ain't selling like it used to.
This is not a story. Get that mic away.
I heard it ain't selling like it used to.
It's two things that's always gonna sell in America: pussy and alcohol.
That ain't no lie. But listen, because I said it ain't selling like it used to, because I know somebody not too long ago that got head for $20.
It's
still a sale.
Nobody's penis for $20.
It's still a sale.
$20? Is your mouth worth $20?
It's still a sale.
Okay.
You said it ain't selling like it used to. It's still a transaction.
You got more for it back in the day than what you getting for it.
Maybe she didn't do a good job.
Woman. It's like depending on the woman.
Maybe she didn't do a good job.
What y'all think about the song and the video? Because I think people doing too much.
I liked it. I liked the song. I liked the video. I wasn't this. Kylie Jenner caught me off guard.
Yeah, that's the only part I ain't like.
But I actually understood the concept. They said it was a hoe house. Like it looked like. It looked like a house. I didn't say hoe house. I just said it looks like a house, and I saw like different people coming out the rooms.
Yeah, that makes sense too. So would that make them the hoes and Kylie Jenner the madam since she got the big part by herself walking down the hall?
Oh, well, no, because Normani had a big part by herself. Normani had a bigger part. To me, Normani was actually dancing.
They stopped the music and walked. She walked through.
She was walking by herself.
Well, I looked at it from the marketing perspective of Kylie Jenner. The Kardashians have a big following of people, and the people that watch them, because they've been on for like 15 years. They've been on about as long as Grey's Anatomy, watching their show, and you're literally just watching them live life. So the people that watch that kind of stuff will probably run it back over and over just to see Kylie Jenner walk down a little hallway.
On that damn walk in that damn hallway.
Everybody in there to get that. A lot of people don't watch the Kardashians.
But the people that don't watch the Kardashians probably already watch Cardi and Meg.
That's what I'm saying. But the people, people are more taken aback by it than like, oh shit, Kylie Jenner's in the video.
Which also will make them watch it. You may got people that don't want to see Cardi and Meg, don't want to hear it. And they like, oh, the Kardashians. Let me see what everybody's talking about. And then
this is marketing at its finest.
They could have put anybody in there.
You're right. They could have put anybody, but I think
Beyonce ain't good for her image right now.
Huh?
Now I was gonna say Beyonce, but I said that ain't good for her image. She going back to Africa right now. Ass pussy.
She's going back to Africa right now. She in the motherland. But
I
saw people say like Niecy Nash would have been. I thought Niecy Nash would have been great. But the people that like Niecy Nash probably already listen to Cardi and Meg. You got little white girls that watch.
They were exposing themselves to a different.
Right. It's a different demographic.
Right, a different population. So they just and it's probably more. Like at some point, people be buying up her products.
Yeah, you got the people that watch the Kardashian stuff that want to see Kylie, and then you got the people that wouldn't normally watch the video, but because people are talking about, oh my God, why she in there? They're gonna look at it because they just want to see, well, what's she doing?
My view on that is totally different. Like without her, the video. When the senators or whoever them politicians was talking about the video, the two that we saw, they ain't say nothing about Kylie Jenner. So if it reached,
what senator said?
I didn't even see any senator. I saw one senator say something.
It's a male and a female. One said that the female said that they set back women 200 years with this song. It's disgusting and vile. The other dude told me he accidentally seen it, which is a lie. In today's how you consume music today. You either got to search it on YouTube.
Oh, no, he definitely didn't
accidentally. On the streaming service, or somebody got to show it to you. There's no way you can accidentally hear it. There's no, if you're a senator, a white senator at that, you are around nobody that's going to listen to wet ass pussy unless your daughter's seen it, and maybe for, like you said, Kylie Jenner, and she's seen it that way. But there's no way you're going to hear a song. It's not on the radio. It's not, the video's not coming on TV. So there's no way you can accidentally hear that song. So for me, it's like, if it reached them and they not talking about Kylie Jenner, they talking about the actual lyrics of the song and the video, then you know what I'm saying.
Well, no, because
if it got to them, it could get to anybody.
No, I still think Kylie Jenner played a part in helping it get to more people. Because like I said, the people that it may not have touched because when Kylie won't in it, because of Kylie, more people looked at it. The people that watch them and want to do everything that they do, but oh my God, Kylie was in it, I'm gonna look at it. I feel like there are girls that because she was in it and they follow everything.
On y'all page, on the B.A.E page.
You said what?
Little poll on the B.A.E page.
Go ahead, that's Jasmine thing. Go ahead, Jasmine.
Yeah, because I do honestly. Yeah, because I do honestly feel like either way it would have did numbers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure either way it would have did numbers, but I do believe that they put her in that video for a reason. I think it was marketing.
But I think it was gonna do numbers regardless. I think they put in that for that reason, but they didn't have to go that route.
They could have saying they could have done something different. I mean, but do you think that putting her in the video like kind of took away? It's like people say Kylie was in it and it took away from it because I don't know why they felt like
only people like I don't know about like women, but like dudes don't look at Kylie Jenner as like, oh shit, that's Kylie Jenner. Like that's just
not Negroes.
Yeah,
I think you speaking on behalf of black men, possibly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me.
Okay.
Like, we're not looking at Kylie Jenner like, God damn, Kylie fine. Like, she a bird.
Well, that's what.
I ain't even saying black man. Her baby daddy is a black man.
Like he ain't a typical black man though. His crowd is majority white. He jumping mosh pits. He not a nigga.
He doing the most. You saw his documentary.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, he different.
Travis Scott. Yeah, he not like us. You know what I'm saying?
I saw the documentary. Was like, okay. Yes, I understand what you're saying. So you saying like, you saying it wasn't, even though it helped, you saying it wasn't needed.
Yeah, it wasn't needed.
Okay.
Like for real, with all this bullshit going on, they could have put Jada Pinkett in there. Her pussy is the topic around these times. So I mean, why not?
I think it brought a different demographic. Like Cardi and Meg, of course, the black men, yes, but you got the white guys that could care less.
No, I mean the black men won't be looking for her either right now.
Who?
Jada Pinkett. But I'm just saying, like, in general, she would have brought it.
They already had the black. First of all,
but that would have been a attention grabber to use.
Yes, her name is going crazy right now.
Right, so that would have. I mean, it sounds like at some point it seems like they put Kylie because she's an attention grabber. Yeah. So Jada Pinkett would have been an attention. If that's the same thing they were going for.
I mean, as me with what's Cardi B? Dominican? What is she?
She Hispanic.
I thought she Puerto Rican.
Well, I don't know. With two minorities, I would have put another minority in there. I wouldn't have put a white lady in there.
There was two white girls in there. Yeah. There was another white girl with the red that was had on the red.
I mean, I wouldn't put her in there either.
Mulatto. What is mulatto? Mulatto, Normandy, and the girl from Love and Hip Hop.
Her mom might be white.
Who? Mulatto.
I think her mom might be white, but she's a minority. I mean, she's black.
And then the girl from Love and Hip Hop, Miami. She in there.
Who?
One of the girls from Love and Hip Hop Miami is there in the.
Is it the dark skin girl? Well, she's dark skin, but she had a shortcut. Her name.
Huh?
She had a shortcut.
She was the black girl. I don't know her name though.
Is she like she looked like she was plus size. She wasn't like skinny. Oh, okay. I didn't know who that was. Mm-hmm. But I stopped watching Love and Hip Hop Miami a while ago.
Yeah, so I didn't know her name.
Oh, okay.
But you brought up Jada Pinkett, which is a good point too. I'm assuming because we haven't recorded in a long time, so we didn't bypass this. But her bringing herself to the table, like, do you feel like it was authentic?
Me or Leslie?
Well, everybody. I mean,
it was satisfactory enough for me. I mean, I don't invest a lot into like celebrity.
Satisfactory. Don't answer authentic.
It was good. I mean, I believed it.
Was it real or fake?
Right.
It was real. I believed it. She said that her and Will weren't together. I believe it.
I mean, I believe that's a lie on that part. But at the same time, I believe that either they're not together at all, and like she just got caught out there, and being a supporting husband, he had to go up there and do that shit, and he was embarrassed. Right. On the other hand, they probably were together, and he said he gave him the green light. He said he fucked, ain't nobody believe him. And then he said he gave him the green light. Nobody believed that either.
Who didn't believe him?
The red table. So I mean,
I guess regular people.
Because I believe my man thought they was having sex.
Yeah. I'm saying a lot of people was like he lying. Why would that happen? But me, I
Child.
feel like they both actors. Will is a phenomenal actor. So this whole shit could be fake. You know what I'm saying? So
Now that.
they actors. So this their job. So he
That's
could
a good
have acted
point.
how he was looking. That could be all fake. He probably don't give a fuck what she do. You know what I'm saying?
I think they have a respect for each other. I think that they love each other genuinely. But I really honestly think they got an open relationship
Yeah,
that
they probably not
they
together.
they can do what they want to do. So I feel like she messed up because she got somebody that ran their mouth. And he don't deal with people that, you know what I'm saying? He don't deal with people that run their mouth. So he had to do, even they understand, they have an understanding, they know what it is. And I think she found somebody, he just had to support her and be there for her. But it's like, dog, why you mess up and you find this dude out of everybody and he didn't went and ran his mouth?
Exactly. So he got to come out there and be like, be supportive.
Right.
Like, well, it's all right. But to really...
Because when they said that thing at the end, like, I was like, oh, they just...
bad marriage. No, that was cringy.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they're just partners. They're really not.
That was cringy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I was
saying.
like, yeah, they're just like, we gonna, because I think, and I'm not married, so of course it don't matter. I just think that marriage is a business. So I think it's bigger than, love and this and that and that and this. So yeah. I think like, okay, if we break up, look what we're dividing at this point. So it's kind of like, we gonna stick it out and we're gonna do what it is that we need to do.
Especially at that level, like they probably got so many businesses and so much going for themselves. It's like, they got to keep that married image up somehow, you know what I'm saying? Like, even at J. Cole, so I want that Jada and that Will love, you know what I'm saying? Like, people used to look up to them. People look up to Jada when they watch her Red Table Talk, how she holds people accountable. So it's like, if your shit not together, nobody gonna watch you, you know what I'm saying? So your shit got to at least look together, but this was like her little fuck up, but I mean, it is what it is.
And then listening to a lot of people felt like they were upset because they wanted her to admit, even though she said, like, this is what I did, and this, and, I think they wanted her to say, yo, that wasn't right. That wasn't right what I did. Yeah, a lot of people feel like they were disappointed because she didn't say that at the red table.
How long are her usual red table talks?
Child, 45 minutes to an hour.
All right,
right, and hers was short.
Yeah,
who y'all wanted her to talk to?
Out of there.
Who y'all want her to talk to?
I wanted her to bring in her mama.
You wanted her to bring...
Somebody besides Will. She needed a Will there. She needed an expert, her mama.
A mediator.
She have all them people there, and then this time she just had Will, and Will asking questions like, "Well, Jada, what does that mean?"
I appreciated Will telling her, "Girl, that was a relationship. Why you fronting?" I appreciate it.
It was more pressure on Jordan Woods' situation than this situation.
I'm just going to say, who did y'all want her to bring to the table? Y'all think she was about to bring the whole...
Because that's
bring Gala to the table. She would have put that ass out there like, yo.
Because somebody...
y'all would be doing too damn much.
That's what I wanted to see.
She called herself out on saying, like, this is what I do when I'm hurt, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? I needed somebody, blah, blah, blah. She said something, and I can't remember her
that's what she said. I was hurt. I was lonely. I went and got me a tender young thing.
That's like, for me, that's bullshit, because it's like he was introduced to that family as somebody that needed help on a mental level. He was having problems. He was going through hardships in life. Like,
we did talk about this.
Huh?
We did talk about this.
Yeah, my thing is, when does it go from I'm helping this young man till I'm fucking this young man?
Because remember I said, like, at what point...
We didn't talk about this.
Yes, because remember I had said at what point does it change to where, okay, he's healthy now, so it's okay for us to, like, at what point do you meet someone? Yeah, at what point do you meet someone that, they may be, they need help, they need to get to a healthy space? At what point do they get to a healthy space and then it's like, it's okay that they're now...
Yeah, I'm going to bring you in here to help you and now I'm going to fuck you. Come on.
But I mean, was he healthy? He doesn't talk to her like a man scorned. He talks about her like, we had a consenting relationship. I loved her. It didn't work out. It's a wrap. Except for that entanglement. Well, I haven't heard the entanglement song.
He sounded like
he did the interview, he didn't sound like a man scorned.
He sounded like he hurt.
But he do sound like he hurt. He don't sound like
he hurt.
You don't sound angry.
You can break up amicably and still be hurt. Like, I'm sorry that didn't work out.
I don't even think it was like a breakup. They probably wasn't, like, she just probably had the nigga wrapped around his finger. Like, older women, like, we were young and fuck with them. they can kind of manipulate you if they catch the right nigga. If he's mentally unstable, she probably had this nigga doing whatever she said.
Well, are you speaking from experience, sir?
No, I'm just saying, I dealt with an older woman. I know how.
So then,
they
yes.
can be. I'm just saying, I didn't get manipulated. I'm just saying, I'm letting you know that from
no, but I dealt with older women.
Older women, they can be like that.
Talk your shit, my nigga. Come
this
on.
nigga was mentally unstable. She brought him in the house to help him. You know, so
you feel like she took advantage.
If it was a man that did this nigga be getting fired from his job, getting canceled. If it was Will brung in fucking some young shorty, helped her mentally and then fucked her, Will be getting canceled right now.
This is my thing. If they were helped mentally,
come on,
and
man.
Now they're in a healthy place. At what point?
So it's okay to fuck them, help them, build them up, and fuck them. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying to do that. I'm just trying to understand at what point is it like it ain't like they like if they're fresh out of whatever and they are definitely mentally unstable at that exact moment and then they do that, then that okay, whatever. Which we don't know the timeline. But I'm saying, okay, let's say they help them. Let's say they help them. They get to a better place where they are better mentally, emotionally. They're doing better. They're feeling better. They're handling stuff. And then they find, you know what? We like each other. We want to pursue this. At what point is it taken advantage of? Or these are two consenting adults that are okay and mentally they're good and they're deciding to do this. Like, at what point does it get to
the change? But at the same time, if it was a man, if it was Will with a younger woman, however many years younger, what is it, 21 years younger? Yeah, if it was Will, he would be canceled right now.
What I can say.
She 49, he was 20, what?
Mm-hmm. I don't know, but it's a big, it might be 20.
What I can say as I am a person, and I don't know if it's the Capricorn in me or what, but I try to, a lot of things I try to look at it more from a logical standpoint. And so if the girl is of consenting age, fresh 18, like he was like 25, 26. He wasn't like a fresh out the house.
He was like 22, 23 when they was fucking around. Because he like 26 now, 27 now.
Jasmine, can you be our screen man and look that up?
Right.
But you can look at his age now because who the fuck is that?
August, I'll say that.
Because, you know, I just, if it was a man, okay, I mean,
he was born in 92.
He's 27.
I know he's 2 years younger than us, so he's 28 now.
He's 27. His birthday.
Oh, he's about to be 28.
Yeah, so he's 27. So they broke it off 4 years ago, or it happened 4 years ago.
He was 24.
And Jada
4 years ago, he was 23.
Her birthday is September 2.
So look,
that still ain't no baby.
Virgos or something.
That still ain't no baby.
Huh?
No, what I'm saying is 23, right? And you have you dealing with issues mentally, right? So she said they stopped fucking around 4 years ago, which was 23. She brought him to the house before that, like they fucked around for 2 years. But this is what, 21 at that point? Mentally unstable at 21? It's fucking regular people that's regular stable.
All I was saying was at what point, we don't know if he was doing better and feeling better at the point that they decided to get into a romantic relationship or not. And even if he wasn't quite there, because there are plenty of people who are not feeling okay inside and they put on a facade like they're fine, like they're good to go. So we don't know if maybe at that point he still went all the way where he needed to be at and maybe his facade was that he was doing fine. Or at what point, if they're both consenting adults, if he was the one making the move and she's attracted, at what point, like, people are so quick to say like, oh, you should just say no, say no, say no. If she's attracted to him, he's attracted to her, and he keeps putting on a move, how many times is she supposed to be like, no, if it's something that she wants, he act like he want it. That's all I'm saying. I'm
thinking as the woman, you got full control of the situation.
And maybe she wants
no matter how bad a man could want you, if you don't want him, it's not gonna happen.
But clearly she wanted it.
Listen. That's what I'm saying. She was in full control of the situation. She brought them into their house. So what? But
I'm saying we don't know if she brought him into his house. Maybe he was the one that was initiating it. She could have been like, no, I don't think it's right. Maybe you're not there yet. But if he's initiating it and she's like, well, I'm attracted to him and this and that, but he keeps like, I'm good. Like, I want this, whatever. How long is she supposed to be like, no, we shouldn't? Like, if he's initiating.
I mean, as a married woman, probably forever. You should just be
like, no, because even to say as a married woman, clearly their marriage is not, as a normal marriage that we consider is. Like, we already have
It
stated
sound
that
like
we
you're making a
think
lot of
that they
excuses
probably
for
have an
her.
open relationship.
It sounds like you're making a lot of excuses for her.
No, I'm not trying to make no excuse. I'm saying, like, we already have
You're like
said
a
that
lawyer
we
right
feel
now.
like they're swingers or that they have an open relationship. So to say, well, as a married woman, if
I'm just saying, like, listen, if it was Will in their position, he'd be apologizing. All the movies would be on Netflix tonight.
and that may be the case, but I feel like there a lot of times there are outrage. There is outrage.
Niggas got done less. Niggas got canceled for less.
There is often unnecessary outrage. There's often unnecessary outrage where people are going off because something that happened. If you look at it logically, it's like, well, what was supposed to happen?
America don't work like that.
So
though.
just because I understand, but I can only speak for me. If it was Will, I'd be like, well, she younger, but she legal. I was like, she's legal. Like, she's legal. She can make adult decisions.
Okay.
I dated your old ass when I was 21.
I don't believe that you are really an adult until after you can drink. But he was after that age.
He could drink.
I mean,
he was after that age too.
That was fucking
he was
around at 21. She brought him into the house before 21. So I mean,
listen, we don't know what time that woman. We don't know how old that man was. We all speculating off of what we
down. What are you talking about?
21. You talk about he was before.
They ended it 4 years ago. Right. 4 years ago, he was 23.
Well, maybe she had sex with him until he was 21.
Which brings him to 21. She brought him in the house before they fucked around. That makes him under 21.
Well, maybe she ain't fuck him until after he was
21. And the person you are, the way you think now, or not even the way you thought at 21, compared to the way you think now, do you think you were grown at 21? You were able to deal with a fucking person twice your age at 21.
Well, at 21.
I mean, and that's why I said the difference between 18 and 20, because I feel like 18, the person I was when I started college compared to when I 22 when I graduated.
That's a whole different person, right?
Whole different person. That's why I said
at 21. But at 21,
now at 21, right? At 21, are either one of y'all the same person y'all were at 21?
No.
Okay,
but,
then hold up. Let me make my point. So
we'll get to
he at 21, right? She's at 49. She's seen way more shit than he's seen right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she's gonna have the advantage in that situation regardless.
But at 21, I was approached by an older man and I was 21 and I was mature enough to realize, no, you're not for me. You too old. I can't deal with that.
Was he rich?
Just because you're 21 doesn't mean that you can easily be taken advantage of, because there are plenty of 21-year-olds that can realize, no, that ain't for me. I ain't ready.
Let me ask you this. Was he rich and were you mentally unstable? No. So you don't know how that happened.
Even at 21, even if he was rich, now I might try to get some stuff without the sugar.
That's dead.
Man ain't
talking. Why you acting like August Alsina was broke? He had his own money.
He got Jada money?
Honey,
no.
I personally feel like money is money.
He had just buried family members, taking care of his sister's kids. He wasn't doing shit musically, like he was fucked up. Like, what?
But to act like he just ain't had no money, like he needed money.
He had to go stay with them. I mean, the fuck?
That's unrealistic. He still had money coming in.
How do we know this? Fucking young jock drive Ubers right now. How do we know who got
You're talking like an expert.
He was doing it as a prank.
First off, you have been talking like an expert on the situation for the last 10 minutes, and now you hit us with, how do we know this?
Money-wise. These rap niggas be broke. Like, don't let this shit fool you.
All I'm saying is he wasn't. You talk about whoever approached me, did they have money? August Alsina wasn't living like.
All right, so if that man, even we can keep it like the regular 9 to 5. The money you was making at 21 compared to the money the older man was probably making, that's still the same. You had some money, but that nigga had more. He got some money, but she got way more. And her husband got way more than that. If you a fucking, what's his net worth?
I don't know. Screen man.
How much?
Jasmine is Screen Man.
Huh?
We're waiting on Screen Man. I'm sorry,
Screen Man. His net worth is $4 million, right?
Who, August?
Yeah, $4 million. All right, look. Will Smith shit is $250 million.
And
How
what
much
I
did you
say,
get?
August Alcina has seen a lot of heartache.
Okay, but $4 million ain't nothing to sneeze at.
It's
He can
worse.
still pay his bills.
That doesn't mean it's in his pocket. That's your net worth. That could be
That's
his
your net worth, right?
I understand, but he could probably still pay his bills and live a comfortable lifestyle. They have to be sneezing, but if I got then to be acting like, what you call it, got so much money, I need to chase behind her. He still had money.
Jasmine, curate.
I think that he honestly, genuinely loved her, and I think at some point that she did have the upper hand in the situation. So, being that she is more experienced, being that at some point you get older, you learn game.
Yeah, you just have.
I don't think she used him to the necessarily. I don't think she used him fully to the point of like she was just like, I'm gonna use
a predator.
Go do this, but that's ultimately what she did.
Yeah,
I mean, she even explained that a little bit on the red table. Like she was like, we was at a crossroad, we was done, then we got back together, and I kind of just dropped him to the side. That's basically what I grasped from it. Like dropped him to the side, and I kept it moving. But as he got the short end of the stick, period.
People are talking like it was malicious intent. Like you said, naturally because she's older.
How could it not be malicious intent when you bring somebody up under your wing and they have mental issues, they are not in their right state of mind all the way, and you do something sexually to them.
This is my thing.
I'm not saying he's a vulnerable. I'm not, because I think at some point it's like he's vulnerable. He's this weakened, sickened person. It's no. But I do feel like the mind is something that you do not play with. Like, and I think everything else follows behind your mind.
But that brings me back.
I'm just really thinking about the concept of like love, like when you really love somebody and you already in a vulnerable state, like how does that make you the upper hand in the situation at all?
That brings up to my original question.
Mm-hmm.
It's still the question of, so at what point because ultimately they met because she was supposed to be trying to get him to a better place, whatever. So at what point would it be that that his mind was right, that they could have had a consensual relationship and people been like, oh, it's okay.
After
just because they met that way, did they automatically
this album? Because he still ain't right. To me,
he said I could die today.
Angela Yee, he still ain't right mentally.
Yeah, he said I could die today knowing I gave it my all.
Right, like he still don't seem mentally right
to
me.
Who? What?
He didn't say I want to die. He said pretty much I could die now and I wouldn't have no regrets.
He said I can die today knowing I gave him my all. Those are his exact words. He could die happy today.
You felt. I'm not trying to be funny, but you fell in love with a woman that was married.
Yeah.
Like you are like most. That is not something common for men to do at all.
4 million.
For you to fall that hard and say I could die today, and I felt like I've experienced real love, and it's like she was married.
Felt like he experienced real love. Maybe she got WAP. Maybe she got that WAP.
She do got that comeback because that man, I believe, from what he said, if Jada said, you know what, Will, I'm done, I'm going back, he would take her back.
She got that WAP, or is it WAP? How did Cardi WAP? How did they pronounce it? WAP, or is it
WAP? Yeah.
WAP. Maybe she got that, and we will never know.
That ain't
never.
Ain't no pussy good enough to say I could die today over it.
That's what you think, but apparently there is. August just told us.
That nigga is mentally unstable.
To be quite honest, we all mentally unstable. So,
but I'm not going to fall in love with a married. Like I'm not going to put myself in that situation. It's like he even put himself in that situation. I'm like, well, why you do that?
And then he got the little wash and go and shit talking to Angela. He ain't right.
That was not a wash and go. That was a twist out. That was a twist out on dry hair.
Boy, he untwisted his shit and went straight in the goddamn room with Angela Yee.
First off, I like his color.
And that's the Keisha Cole color and the what they say, the color of distress. Who else?
And let me tell you, and being in a relationship can stress you out.
They did say that.
It was an entanglement, not a relationship.
Okay, well, if we look up the definition of entanglement.
No, that was.
You gotta be right. You can be right.
No, but have you not looked at the definition of entanglement?
Talking about this. Can you blame cheating on mental health issues?
You said what?
Can you blame cheating on mental health
Who
issues?
has
Like,
the mental
where,
health?
like,
but I
where
don't think that
is the
justifies it.
line? Where is it a line? Because at some point, Leslie is trying to draw a line. She's saying like, okay, he had mental health issues.
He better
cool,
now.
I got it.
No,
But
not
when
just say
is
he's
that
better now. I'm
cross-
saying at what point
right? Can
he
we
have
cross the
been
line?
better and nobody
So
would have blinked an eye.
if you cheat on somebody, can you blame it on mental health issues and it's okay?
I mean,
Or
you can use it as an excuse, but does it justify it? No, not necessarily. It depends, and it depends on the particular magnitude.
Has a celebrity used that yet?
no, but
no one
everyday
needs
people
men.
have- everyday people have. That's why I brought it up.
Okay.
A regular person brought this.
Our resident therapist.
They said they cheated because of their mental health issues.
And when they say that, how you look at them?
I mean, it depends on what the mental health issue was.
What you mean?
What? It
What
depends on
was?
their diagnosis.
Yeah.
You want them to be bipolar or schizophrenic specifically?
Or you saying if the person has abandonment issues or
Yeah,
trust
like
issues?
you're gonna run to the next person. Like that's what that happens a lot with even people that don't know they have mental illness, like or mental health situations. Like if they have like abandonment issues or somebody left them in life or something like that, they're gonna rotate the people differently. You know what I'm saying?
Because we all have mental issues. We all have mental
I
unstableness.
mean, I don't feel like
we all have traumas. We all have traumas and things that we have to get over to make us better people, for us to be able to have a relationship with other people. So you can use it as an excuse. Yes. Does it justify it? It depends on who you with. Somebody may feel like, okay, I understand. I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. And somebody may be like,
I guess it's would you tolerate it?
yeah, like you dealing with shit, I'm dealing with shit, but I ain't cheating on you.
Yeah.
We all have something that we're trying to get over to make us better people and better mates and better wives and better husbands, better girlfriends and all that. We all got something we struggling with. So abandonment, a lot of people have that. Adjustment issues, a lot of people have that. Like we all have something. So
adjustment actually is a disorder. So
what?
Adjustment disorder.
Well, I probably got it. Does it justify me to cheat? No. Huh?
That's actually what I'm diagnosed with. Adjustment disorder.
Did she tell you that, or are you still guessing that that's what it is? Or
no, I asked. That's what it is.
Okay. I need to make an appointment with her. I need to go see.
So basically, it's some type of justification. I mean,
it's an excuse.
And somebody brought that to the table with me, and I'm a therapist. I'm not fucking with you. You cheated.
It's an excuse, and it's up to the person that they're dealing with if it's a justification.
It's a cop out. It's a cop out to me.
It's plenty. But it could be a justification. Somebody else could be like, you know what? I didn't think of that. I am so sorry. I will do better. And then
that person ain't gonna look like us.
I think the presentation of it can't be. I think it's the presentation. If the presentation is I cheated and it's because I got mental health issues, I'm not fucking with that. But I think it's if it's like you tell me the scenario and then I analyze it and I come up with this person has abandonment.
You decide.
Okay, yeah.
But if the person comes to me with the table of, oh, yep, I cheated because of mental, I got mental health issues. I'm not.
We're getting at.
That's not it. I'm
caught up
and I'm done. Because I feel like at that point you're making excuses for your
making a mockery too of people that have. To me, you're making a mockery of people that have real deep.
But this could be a real mental health. But I feel like if you're able to articulate that, you're aware of it.
Yeah, you gotta exhibit some type of self-control.
Right. So I'm just confused on.
But you can't use it as a crutch. You know what I'm saying? You can't use it as a crutch. But some people will probably try to do that.
Mm-hmm. But it's also too. It's flirting, cheating. I had a big discussion on that since COVID. I don't know why. Talking to me.
It depends on the level of flirting.
Well, what are the levels? Because we've been talking about that. Yep, that's always what people say. What are the levels of flirting?
I mean, I really can't sit here and break down all the levels of flirting because there's a million ways to flirt. But I'm just saying, like what's like, oh shit, like I'm wilding, and then like, oh, I'm tripping a little bit. Then oh shit, I'm wilding. I don't need to be doing this. If I did,
one level is wilding.
But I think also people's personalities, like to be being friendly to one person is flirting to another. And you can be just being friendly. You can just be being friendly with no flirtatious intentions, but it's someone else that can come across as flirting. So to me, I have no intentions of giving any romantic signals to this person I'm talking to. To an onlooker, oh, they're flirting. So to that person, like, it's not cheating because it's not it's not on purpose. It's just perception. It's just perception.
Right. And perception is reality. Yes. So it's kind of like what you said, like, okay, what is I think with the wilding part is like when you kind of wilding, I think your intent is different.
Yeah, like like I'm bugging. Like you gotta reel it back in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's ways you can be like, all right, when you single, when you flirting to take it somewhere, and then like if you flirting like with a shorty at the store to get a discount, it's like levels of the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you're
just trying to get some free guap at your
some shit like that. But if you're trying to get some free WAP, you know what I'm saying? That's different.
WAP
like
should never be free.
Huh?
WAP should never be free.
It's always free. So I'm like, it's like I tone it down, or especially if you're in a relationship though. If you gotta ask yourself, am I cheating? You probably cheating. But like, it's a big spectrum of flirting. So I'm gonna say it's a level. It's like how deep you go. Because you could just be kiki and shit, and like that's all right.
And sometimes you can just be friendly. You just be having casual conversation.
But you know how women say, I don't want a friendly ass nigga. A nigga say, I don't want a friendly ass woman. Like,
right.
But if a person is friendly,
you like, all right, boom, look, Jasmine. Somebody called, like, damn, Jasmine, I just see your man laughing all in this girl face, having a good old time. How you gonna feel, Jasmine?
But you should know your man.
That nigga shouldn't be laughing.
You should know, but you gotta know your man.
And I know, and like, that's one thing I realized, like, is some dudes, like, I've dated, and they'll be like, we'll be out to eat, blah, 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 and they say the waitress name, and I'm like, how you know her name? Because they like, and you think they like flirting, like because they just like, Kelly, can you bring me back some?
It's on her name tag.
And he like already the name tag.
Yeah, the name tag.
So it's like, so after a while, it's like you already know that's just their demeanor. That's what they don't mean no harm by it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they move. But I think I'm a flirt, and I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no intent behind it. It is what it is. Like my words like butter sometimes. So. And so I just think I don't really get upset about flirting too much. Like I just feel like long as you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Long as if I'm there, you ain't doing too much.
Nah, if I'm there,
you look like a fool. Long as you're making me look
with your girls. Like don't flirt with me while I'm there. That's it's gonna be some shit gonna happen. So
right. Because I've also had like the situation of like a work husband, and people felt like, oh, you flirting with him, and I'm like, we just talking. Like it ain't even.
This is my work friend.
Right. He's a male. We work together. It ain't. You know what I'm saying? He look out. He be like, oh, like so and so. Like you got to be on time. You know what I'm saying? But like, I just think I am starting to realize like perception is reality. Because I always say, oh, I'm not gonna post nobody when I date, but I am gonna post the person I date.
Wait. How long after you date them are you gonna post them? Like how long after it's official you gonna post them now? Because I know it ain't as soon as you say you my man.
I ain't thought that far through. I'm
proud of you for saying that you're gonna post them though, because I know you was.
Because I just feel like I don't want it to be perceived that I'm single when I'm not. And then because I feel like it is, people perceive that like I'm single because I don't post nobody.
I mean, for real.
Are you not single?
I'm not gonna do it all the time.
Listen, for real, like it doesn't matter if you're single or not. Like men, women, whatever. If they talk to you,
they gonna talk to you, period.
They gonna DM you, you know what I'm saying? Or they gonna talk to you regardless. Like they don't give a fuck about your relationship status.
A dude was in my DMs just the other day, and he was like, what did he ask me? I don't know what he asked me. He asked me where you from. I said, I'm from Hampton. Then he DM'd me and said, because he had said, he had started with the fact like, oh, you a heart eyes on the picture. I said, thank you. He said, no, then he said something, and then he said, you're beautiful. I said, oh, you're too kind. And then something. Then he said, oh, whatever. So then he said, oh, where you from? I said, Hampton. He said, he was like, oh, okay. He asked me another question. I don't know what he asked me. And I said, damn, is this an interview? He said something. I said, well, how about you start with, are you single?
Well, if
that should have been your initial question. Are you single? Not where you from. Not the. I think the other question was like, how old are you or something like that. I said,
I can't even agree with that because sometimes you might like DM somebody. Like one time I DM'd this girl about like making a logo for me and shit. And her first instance was like some shit like that. Like, ask am I single? Like, I'm here for business. I'm not here for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So why would I ask you that first?
He already, but you asking for a logo. He already said you're beautiful. He already said hello. I mean, like he sent the heart eyes. You ain't sending heart eyes to the girl in the DM.
I ain't put heart eyes on my picture on the Facebook. That don't mean nothing.
Oh, come on now. We is not gonna act like that.
You know that's
really gonna carry this like that.
Who, what? I'm a what? Say that again.
I said, you really gonna carry it like that? He didn't put heart eyes under her thing and he just said her.
I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it a buck. Like heart eyes don't mean nothing.
No, heart eyes do not always mean something, but
they don't.
Heart eyes, and then you asking, I mean, then you say you're too beautiful, and then he's asking questions like he's trying to get to know her.
I mean, he's not blind because he's seen that she was beautiful. He liked the way she looked. Next.
But then I understand.
I'm just talking shit. But yeah,
right, because him asking questions like he's trying to get to know her is what's like, oh, okay, he must be interested.
Right, and I said, right, and I said, your
so
first question? I said, no, I'm not single. And so then then he said,
no,
well, that's a lucky man. Da, da, da. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll be sure to let him know.
Oh, that is a lucky man. Did you let him know?
Right. And I told him, and he's just like, what? He's stupid. But I just thought it was crazy.
Podcast listeners.
Huh?
Don't make it a thing.
Listeners, did y'all hear that?
Oh, she's talking to the listeners.
Look at that, listeners.
Anyway, so I just, but it's so funny because this girl just posted the correct way to DM women.
What is it?
She said, let me see, because I screenshotted each message so I can post it one day. She was just like, stop going into DMs with a simple, hey, hello, hi, what's up, what's good, yo. Why? Because you're wasting their time. You look like spam. It shows absolutely no communication skills and y'all don't know each other. So introduce yourself. So I don't know how you introduced yourself, Mike, when you went to the girl's DM that she thought you was trying to talk to her, but maybe you should have started with this. So she said, for example, you should say, my name is XYZ, because she used that. I've been following you for a while. And then at that point, you should say, and I'm trying to get you to do a logo for me, da, da, da. But this is for the person that's trying to get at the girl. So if you're trying to get at the girl, she said, my name is XYZ. I've been following you for a while. We don't know each other. But I was wondering, would you be interested in us conversing via DM, or do you have a boyfriend? If not, I would like to get to know you some, if that's okay. If not, I understand. Just wanted to ask.
That actually is very nice.
She said,
come on.
She said, this may not be the smoothest, but the example shows a few things. It shows that you can make compound sentences. You get straight to the point. So you value my time. You're not beating around the bush or conversing as if we already know each other. It's polite and it has no sexual tone.
Okay. I hear that. Well, let me say, as a man that has dove in DMs before, first of all, no nigga is gonna type all that. For the first reason, 9 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10, that's a high number. A lot of times, that shit gonna say seen, or that shit gonna say, or she gonna screenshot and show it to somebody, or post it.
I don't know if he's polite like that.
Like,
not if you're coming at a mature.
If you're polite, no.
Send me that right now, and I'll copy and paste it and DM that to somebody, and I'll show you what's gonna happen.
Not if it's a mature woman.
Then it's gonna look like you cheating.
I DM to somebody that don't know me or you. I DM it to a random lady.
And then it get back, and then it's gonna be, listen.
Why would it get back? And she go show it to somebody and say, look, this nigga sent this corny shit to my DM.
Well, no, I thought it was very nice.
I'm not writing that H whatever format fucking essay to get a phone number.
All it says is my name is
MLA,
and I've been following you for a while.
Chicago style. AP. That's it.
Yeah, one of them formats. I ain't
MLA.
I do not
MLA.
like when people say hello.
I think that's
I
nice.
don't know you. What do you
I
say
don't-
hello like we friends? We're not friends.
And you know what else it shows? Honestly, what else it shows? Because men will get disrespectful when you say like, "Oh, I got a boyfriend," or "I'm not interested," whatever. And to me, that gives that comes across as like, even when you say like, "No, I got a man," whatever, I'm not gonna come at you sideways. I'm gonna be like, "Okay, cool," and move on. That's honestly like the vibe I get. It's like, I'm coming at you. I'm inquiring. Like, do you have a man? Do you not? Whatever. You do? Okay, cool. Nice talking to you. Goodbye.
Let me. That shit.
And you know what else is funny? That Mike said that's a lot because every DM that I done got about a sugar daddy, they basically write that type of.
Because it's a lot.
Kidnappers and scammers.
If you're interested in the woman, what is typing a few sentences? If you're interested in her, what's typing a few sentences?
First of all, from a perspective of I'm seeing you through my phone screen, on my computer screen, on my tablet screen. I don't know how interested in you I am. I'm interested in how you look and maybe what you're into. I'm not interested
in getting to know her.
Yes. So I'm not, you don't want to invest that much energy into something like
I'm
probably like 30 plus and you trying to court a wife. Yeah, do that. But if you like a young nigga, 24, 20, man, look.
Typing a few sentences. You type text all that.
But it sounds like your intent. If you 24, 20, if you 23, 24, are you just trying to court or you just trying to hit?
Even if you're just trying to hit.
Yeah, you gonna write those few sentences.
No, the nigga that's trying to hit probably gonna type that long shit.
Even whether you trying to hit,
oh, that's sweet. He value my time. He gonna fuck you and dip like everybody else.
Either way, whether you just trying to have sex, whether you trying to court, it's like 3 or 4 sentences. People text that in 2 seconds. It's not like it's a whole. You talking like he digging a hole and digging the flowers up and planting the seeds, and he's typing some words.
Listen, he can get more for less.
He could put it in his notes, copy and paste it, and boom, he ain't got to type nothing. Type it once and be done. It ain't like it's a lot of work.
Let me find a tweet I said earlier about get straight to the point.
Men act like you're doing a little bit of work. Oh my God, I can't do hardly any work. It's a few sentences to type to show an interest to a woman. That's a lot of work. See, that's why they say black women are not valued. Black women are not valued.
That's some bullshit.
3 or 4 sentences is too much work.
Listen, of course, no disrespect, but of course you would say a black woman isn't valued. Who the fuck brought color into this? No, you can send that to a white woman and get left on scene. What are you talking about? Black women are valued.
But this is my point. Women are not valued. For you to say that, that's a lot of work. Just type 3 or 4 sentences of, hey, how you doing? I was interested in you, blah, blah. That's nothing. That is.
Hey, how's your day going? She hit back how her day was going. You follow up from there. You ain't got to, hi, my name is so-and-so, my credit score.
Women are sick of the what you doing, how you doing, what you do today, how was your week?
Oh,
that is oversaturated.
Goddamn writing no, I don't know, bro.
It's 3 sentences.
Hi, my name is my credit score.
I'm not writing no fucking paragraph for you to leave me on scene or say, no, thank you, I got a man.
Men have too much pride.
Mike, it sounds like you are just not here for rejection because it's something.
Men have too much pride.
A confident man will definitely put that.
Jasmine, how long have you known me?
I missed it.
How long have you known me?
It's been years, but I just don't understand.
No, listen. Have any in those 11 years have I seemed like I wasn't a confident man?
But it sounds like to be offended.
I'm a man that knows that you can get more for less.
To be offended by something so simplistic and say I to be left on scene. It sounds like you don't want rejection.
Listen, when you get in the DM, when a nigga get in your DM, if you haven't already scouted them or whatever, you gonna know who you want to fuck with and who you don't want to fuck with, right? So it don't matter if
I'm different. And I am the single person up here. At some point, I feel like for a man to come out his way and to say all that, I am going to DM him back. There's no way I'm not going to say anything.
Listen to this. All right, a nigga you've been eyeing on the gram or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
He DM you, hey, how your day going? You've been eyeing him, interested in him. He can probably pretty much DM you anything, right? And you're going to respond anyway. A nigga you've been looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So some nigga off the street DM you that long shit, you ain't interested or interested. You might not even reply to the nigga. I'm just saying you could get more for less. If you are who you are as a man, if you confident, if you doing everything you supposed to be doing, if you known, nobody even, you can send anything. It's who you are.
I feel like my my idea on it is we live in a day and age that a lot of people think the word thirsty. So I do respond back to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do respond to everybody. It might not be what you want to hear, but I'm gonna say something. I'm just not gonna say nothing.
This day and age, you can really ask somebody like, "Yo," a shorty like, "Yo, where you get them shoes from?"
And she already think you're trying to talk to her.
Yeah, like this shit is. That's you how you feel, and that's how Leslie feel. You know what I'm saying? But y'all aren't the mass of the women. You know what I'm saying? Y'all aren't the majority of the women. Y'all cool down to earth women. Some women got so many DMs that they don't even look at this shit at all. So this nigga done wrote a paragraph to the shit never to be open.
Okay, but not being open. But she could still. All I'm saying is that I don't think it's a polite message. It's a polite message, and so even if it does get screenshot and it gets whatever, a woman would look crazy to try to clown him for being polite.
That happens every day.
Okay, well, but it's a polite message. If somebody try to clown him for, if he's just like, okay, well, if the bitch, well, maybe he should say bitch, but if she want to clown me for being polite, then that's on her. Clearly, she ain't the caliber of woman that I need in my life anyway.
Well, he's not gonna look at it like that. As a nigga, your ego gonna take a hit. His ego gonna take a hit. He gonna say, well, this not the woman for me. He's gonna say in his head, man, fuck this bitch.
It's pride. A man that isn't as powerful gonna be like, well, that's her loss, whatever.
Nah, a nigga that ain't as prideful, he probably gonna be goddamn trying to cuss her ass out.
Well, and it's the same way for women. A man will come at you disrespectfully, and when you say no, I'm not interested, then they still want to cuss you out. Yeah, so either way, both sides.
I never understood that though, because you could be like a man, a shorty could be like, no, I'm not interested, no, thank you, and be mad polite, and then well, fuck you, bitch, you ugly anyway. Like, nigga,
yeah, we know.
We know. I never understood that.
We don't understand it either.
Hold on.
Just like we don't understand the women that may try to clown a man that sends a nice messages like that.
Yeah, it's always some shit like that.
Well, some women are trash and some men are trash. That's just the way of the world. Everybody, there is a little bit of trash in everything. Now, are y'all both looking at the same thing?
No, I was looking at something like that we had kind of like grazed over real quick.
What was that?
But it was like the messages and shit. They'd be like, look at this corny ass nigga. Like, that's what's on my screen right now.
But some women are, I mean, we understand that there are some women that are childish or that doesn't appreciate, a lot of times those are some women that pick the wrong type of niggas, and then when they get their feelings hurt because he cheating on them, whatever, they crying.
Yeah.
They pick the same type of man that probably do come in like, oh, shorty, like they pick the type of man that's not necessarily gonna come at them as respectful or as polite as could be, and then they want to cry because he done cheated on them or left them or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's true. Some women don't even like nice niggas, so that message would go to, fall upon deaf ears. So,
I just appreciate politefulness. Like if you're polite,
that's you and Jasmine. So
like if I'm outside, like I can't stand a nigga to be like, yo, or something like, nigga, who are you talking to? But if you're polite to me, I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, I got a boyfriend, whatever. But and I will tell them like, but you approached me very nicely. You should keep that up. Like I'll tell them that. Like, you should keep that up. That was very polite.
That you doing too much typing.
You said what?
You doing too much typing now.
I just don't want them to be discouraged because they approached me nicely and I got a man.
Their discouragement has nothing to do with you.
I just don't want it because there's plenty of men that don't approach women nicely. They approach women disrespectfully as hell.
Listen,
and they're rude and they expect just because
it's not your position to mold men. That's not your job. Like,
I'm not trying to make my job. All I'm saying is I was like, no, hey, I have a man, but the way you approach me was really nice. You should keep that up. There's nothing wrong with me.
That's too much. You type it almost as much as that first nigga.
No, I didn't say typing. I said if they approach me.
No.
That's not typing. I'm not typing all of that.
I'm so weak.
I'm just saying that's a little too much.
If somebody is talking to me, I can't say like, oh, but your approach was really nice. You should keep that up. That's too much.
No. That's to get a nigga some hope.
If I was like,
you think I want my woman giving somebody some hope? You want me to go give a bitch some hope?
If I say the way that you approached me was nice, you should keep that up. I'm not saying to me. I just
like, damn, I would have got her if she didn't have a nigga.
I mean, we'll say that no matter what.
Like, oh yeah, I'm that nigga when you walk away, huh?
Well, I didn't think that far. If they're polite,
you didn't think that's why you being nice.
A man will think
look stupid like the other dude.
Huh?
They gonna look stupid like the other dude. Make him look stupid like the other man.
A man will think, oh, I could get her if she have a nigga. No matter what, you cannot say a word. A nigga will think that.
All right, so why you gonna tell her that? Your approach was magnificent.
All
right.
Don't change your voice like I said it like that.
Right.
Like I'm the fucking corny ass nigga.
Keep that up. You did a great job.
Like, I'm about to mute your ass. What's next, Jasmine? Because he's trying to play me.
I'm just saying that. Nah, that was good.
That Pee Wee Herman ass voice.
Nah, that was good. Keep that up though. That was a good topic.
You know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, keep it up. Curator.
Jasmine, what's next? He's banging from the B.A.E podcast. He can't come up here no more.
Why?
What's next? What were the views on? Well, after this, we got two more because after that, I got to wrap it up because I am starving. Okay, so I wanted to talk about Zanique's statements on pregnancy and marriage, and then
you got the
Camilla Harris.
Because I don't know what she said.
I don't know what she said either.
I don't follow the Shade Room no more.
Oh yeah. So Zanique Harris basically stated that she's pregnant. Congratulations to her.
She is.
And she's pregnant by her boyfriend. So basically she said she just felt like marriage was a bigger commitment than a baby.
Well, I don't agree with that.
I agree with that. I mean, as far as from a parent, I'm a parent. I agree with that.
Marriage is a bigger commitment.
It'll take more to fix your baby. I mean, to fix a relationship. It'll take more patience and more understanding to fix your relationship with another human being on a husband-wife level or boyfriend-girlfriend level than it will to just be a parent to your child.
But you can just choose not to fix it, get a divorce, and y'all are done with each other. And that baby is in your life for the rest of your life.
What you mean? Okay, so the marriage.
So the baby. Oh shit. Oh well, I guess I agree with her.
No, I don't see it. You said what? Because I don't. You stuck with somebody for 18 years compared to.
How you stuck with your child?
Oh, because you never stop being a parent.
It's your child.
Even
right,
now,
right. So how is marriage not? How's a child? She said the marriage was a bigger commitment than a child.
I would feel like
have a child forever.
I feel like a child is a bigger commitment than marriage.
Right. You talking about you can
still in the marriage, the inner workings. Like I was engaged before, right? And I also have a child. So I know that it's way easier to just focus on my child, be with my child, and all of that shit than it is to fix the marriage. Like, well, you might be right. It's not a bigger commitment, but trying to fix it and work through all that shit, that's take way more than raising a child. That should have fucked you up so bad that it affect how you raise your child. You know,
if you choose to, but you can decide that, if you're both mature adults, you can decide, you know what, this ain't for us. We need to break up, and then you're done with that person, and you ain't got to deal with them no more. But your child, unless you just cut them off, which even if you cut a child off, it's still gonna bother. You're still attached to your child.
That's what I'm saying.
They're with you for life. So how was marriage a bigger commitment?
I mean, I would say like being in a.
That's not.
I guess.
I mean, yeah, because the verbiage she uses commitment.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Nah. The commitment to the child is more important.
And to me too, a commitment in marriage is a choice. When you have your child, it's like
you have no choice. That's why I feel like it's a bigger commitment.
People do have a choice with children.
They have a choice.
No, people don't have a. Well, you choose not to deal with your child, which is trifling.
No, I'm saying like men. A lot of men run away.
Right, and choose not.
I mean, you got women leave their kids with their mama. It's people. Come on, people do that.
But we're speaking like I guess as the majority of people that you see that are being parents.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's nothing they do. Like no matter what, and like even after 18, like we all have very close.
I'll say this. I might have read into it wrong, but having a child is a bigger commitment. Right. But I would say maintaining a marriage would be harder while having a child. You know what I'm saying? So I understand if you don't want to get married. People use marriage, like, oh, I want to wait. We just had this conversation with Elle the other day. Like, I want to wait until I get married to have a child. People get divorced every day. The divorce rate is over 50%.
Yes.
For our age group anyway. So you being married, waiting to get married to have a child, or having a child after marriage, that doesn't solidify nothing.
I agree. My viewpoint on why I feel that I want to.
Not you. I'm just saying in general.
But I know, but I can only speak for me. My viewpoint on why I feel like, I want to be married because my idea is I'm not going to get married frivolously. I'm not going to get married off of a whim. Like if I'm getting married, I have taken the time to build a foundation so that I can have what I would think is a solid foundation for a marriage. And therefore, once we have a solid foundation as a husband and wife, then we can be united to raise this child as a unit. So that is my purpose. Yeah, some people that don't take the time. Some people get married because they've gotten pregnant, and they haven't taken the necessarily time to solidify their relationship to be as strong as it could be to go on the journey of raising a child. So my viewpoint is always like, I want to have a good foundation and be married and be one with my significant other before we embark on this journey of raising life in this world.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to look at it, but at the same time,
I also
foundations crack and houses fall apart.
Absolutely, but of course, it's still something to build on. You got some people just get married just because they want to. I love him.
Yeah, military people get married just to get the extra bread. So people get married for anything. For real.
But to me, that's not a real marriage.
I mean, on paper it is. It's like on paper,
yes. But to me, like getting married is more than just paper. And for me, it's more than just paper. It is a commitment. It is a deep commitment of we are one, whatever. Yeah, they get married on paper, but I mean, for some people, like I don't know if this is, but like for some people on paper is not enough. Like I look at like people that are in for sororities or fraternities. You got the people they be on paper and they don't necessarily always get the necessary respect as the people that go through like the shit.
That ain't a good example.
That's not. I thought it was great. Because on paper, it's like sometimes you go through on paper just isn't always.
Pledge.
Huh?
You said people that go through the process of paper, but people that actually pledge.
Yeah, people that pledge, like, it's sometimes it's different respect that is given because on paper it's like, okay, it's on paper, whatever. Like it's like the easy route. But to make an actual commitment with somebody where you are uniting your souls and your lives, to me is completely different.
No. My homeboy did that marriage for money for the military shit, get the extra bread. The woman he was married to started fucking with somebody else. This nigga was crushed. That shit hurt him.
Was he tenderhearted anyway?
Nah, he's like a stone cold nigga. Like,
well, maybe he liked her. Maybe he was committed.
So it was a military marriage for money, and he ended up still getting hurt the same way somebody in the.
But maybe he was committed and she wasn't. Maybe he was committed just because maybe he was more committed than he let on y'all to believe.
Huh?
Maybe
no, we seen it. Like I was like, this nigga like her for real. He's stupid.
Oh, well, he liked her for real.
I know that was a mistake, but I'm just saying, like, you could get your heart broken on paper marriages and in the real fucking shit.
I mean, but paper is to you. It sounds like his marriage for him was deeper than just the paper.
Nah, it was for money, and he started liking her.
Right. So it was deeper than paper. He ended up liking her. Feeling real feelings and real deep commitment. And for her, probably still just paper.
Oh no.
You get what I'm saying, Jasmine. Like it may have started as paper, but eventually he got to
originally it's still that marriage for money. That paper marriage is still that. Overall, it was still that from the beginning. That's what it was. So in his paper marriage, he got hurt just like a person in a I love you, want to spend the rest of my life.
But he got hurt because it got to be more than just paper for him. He had a deeper resolve.
Oh, what I'm saying, the bottom line, it was still a marriage for money, a paper marriage, as you would say.
I mean, plenty of things start for the wrong reasons, and then it changed. Your feelings change. Plenty of things start for the wrong reason.
Like Jada and August.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Jada got the WAP, and August wasn't ready for it, and that's what that is.
How you feel about it?
About what?
How you feel? She didn't say how she felt about the Zanique shit, right?
The who?
About the what?
Zanique and Ben Izzy. Did you say?
I think she sounds foolish. I thought I said that. She sounds foolish. Because I just feel like marriage doesn't work. Like you said, like the divorce rate is higher amongst our generation, blah, blah, blah. Because people don't work stuff out. So how could you ever say that is more of a commitment? And maybe because I've seen, I was one of those people at one time that I said that, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be a single mom, like, cause I really want to be a mother. If I get married, it's cool. but I do know I want to have a child. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the sperm bank type stuff. Like I was thinking about that until my best friend had a child, and I saw how,
being a single mom is hard.
you know what I'm saying? She went through the struggle with, you know what I'm saying? Like not even just like, you know, postpartum type stuff. Like not even on that wave. It was just the fact that like, you know what I'm saying? You just struggling to breastfeed and like having somebody to support you, da 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 da. But I just don't understand how I can wake up and say, you know what? Because people change every day. I can wake up and say, you know what? I don't want this marriage no more. And we don't have no kids. I could just be like, all right, okay, cool, we done. And you can leave. You don't have to talk to that person ever again. How is that the same?
But y'all make it sound so easy.
Huh?
Y'all make it sound so easy. Divorces be nasty.
Right, but that's because of the person.
I mean, at some point, yeah, if y'all really have something invested, like y'all still have this.
But even after, but eventually, even though divorces be nasty, eventually they still be over.
Yeah.
Or you ain't got to deal with them. That
Right.
baby, first off, that baby is yours forever. And because y'all have a baby in common, it could be a nasty divorce, and you still got to deal with them
After the fact.
At least until the baby. No, because the kid can be damn grown. You got college graduation and stuff. You still gonna have to see them and deal with them.
Yeah.
Now, if she would have said, I at this point I don't see marriage for me, but I want to be, if I want to be a mother,
Then that's fine.
that would have been fine. But
Yeah,
for her
you.
to articulate, I feel like a marriage is more of a commitment than a baby.
It just hit me though. Like you gotta look at her parents' marriage. That's a roller coaster she's seen growing up. So she might like fuck. She might be like fuck marriage.
But that's what she should have said.
I mean, but she probably don't want to throw her parents under the bus like that.
No. I'm saying, but like Jasmine said, she could have just said, you know what, marriage ain't for me, whatever. But to say, I think marriage is a bigger commitment. It's like, what?
Right.
I mean, like I said, once again, you got to really look at who she is now. No, I kind of understand what she's saying, but it's like she's seen her mom and her daddy, right, go through all this shit. Well, that's her stepdad. They go through all this shit and ups and downs, all this shit going on. He going to jail, she going to jail. He trying to fight Floyd Mayweather over her, and he fucking with her friend. Like, it's all type of shit she's seen as a marriage, right? But through all of that, her and her siblings was always taken care of. So she might view it like that. Like, the marriage shit is a hassle, but the kid's gonna be straight. That's how the shit was. The whole time they good, but their parents' relationship is a shambles.
That could play a part, her perspective. That could be a part.
Sound foolish.
Yeah.
I mean, she do, but at the same time, like,
that could definitely play a part. Yeah.
I mean, when y'all have kids and see, like, to maintain, even, I'm gonna say this, like, when women have a baby, they change. The whole dynamics of the relationship change when a woman has a baby, because it goes from being the man and the woman to having to put the woman naturally gonna put the child before the man in a relationship, because that's how it has to be. Like, you have to nurture, you have to, you have to nurture the baby and raise the baby when he come out. So it's like, as a woman, your attention is gonna shift automatically to the baby all the way. You know what I'm saying? 100% you breastfeeding, all this, the baby's getting 90% of the attention. The man might feel left out. That's how shit be going. So the dynamics of the relationship change overall. So this nigga, he's playing, playing second fiddle. He's in the back now. So he's gonna feel a certain type of way. And then that's when tensions arise in the relationships. You know what I'm saying? So that's how
I'm sorry. I didn't get to where we're going with that.
I'm just saying, like, the dynamics of the relationship is gonna change.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, that's probably why she feel like that. She probably know that. She's seen it. Do you not understand what I'm saying?
I'm not getting to where you're going with it, though. I'm not getting to the point of
I mean, she doesn't want to deal with that. She doesn't want to go through the marriage aspects. People change after they have kids. So if you marry with a child, that doesn't mean anything. Like, she don't want to deal with that part of it. She'd rather just have a kid.
Okay, well, we got that part. But still,
I mean,
a baby is still a bigger commitment to me.
Yeah, definitely. It's still a big commitment. But
it's still the bigger commitment.
I'm just saying I understand why.
Because they cannot be married and she still got to deal with him if he's an active father.
Can we go back to another topic? Because I'm about to shut up. Okay, so we had talked about a little bit about perception being reality, and we talked about the whole thing about posting. But do you feel like sometimes people be posting too much? And I just feel like, what are you trying to prove to us with this relationship?
Absolutely.
What are you trying to tell us? At this point, the way that y'all are posting, I'm thinking this shit is a fucking facade and y'all doing too damn much. And I'm just over people.
Absolutely.
Just doing
especially
the most.
when you are habitually in relationships back to back to back. You posting and then you post every woman or man
every day. And then y'all
every
keep posting
single
the
one.
same picture.
We didn't even know the old one was gone and the new one is here. Like, just let's take a breather. Let's pause.
Take some time to heal.
But I know the importance in a relationship of reassurance, and I understand to feel special, just to feel it in your spirit, in your soul, and in the whole atmosphere. But baby,
you can understand. But it's one of those things where you can appreciate like, yes, it does make someone feel special to post them and stuff, but that cannot be the only reliance. You have to feel reassurance outside of social media. Yes, it feels special, like, oh, my man posted me, oh, that's so nice. But you have to have some sort of feeling outside of that. I mean, within yourself without posting in order for it to be successful. Because goddamn, if y'all like, me, I'm sick of it. Posting them every damn day, every night. I mean, we talking breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Like,
and snacks in between.
To me, the way I look at it, like from what I seen, like it was a married shorty that was messing with one of my homeboys, right? But she was steady posting her and her husband on vacation, her husband here, her husband there. So to me, it's like she was one of those people that post a lot, like to the point I had to unfollow her, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't know her husband, but I knew her since I was like a child, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, she's doing all of this because of the dirt she doing. That's the way I look at that shit. Like, oh, this my he's my king. Like, you were just cheating on this nigga 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying?
I had a friend that told me, she said the same thing. She said she doesn't put that much into posting just because, she had experienced a man posting her all the time and he was cheating on her. So it's like, she, from that moment on, from her, and she was younger at that time. So, she got older. She's like, I'm not putting that much into that posting. Like I was saying, you can appreciate it, but that can't be, like, you can't depend on it. And I mean, at one point in time, like, I was one of the ones like, oh, you don't post me. And now I've gotten older and I'm like, girl, it's not something that I like bank on now. Like, I don't
gotta make a break.
Especially like when I ain't even post myself.
Like, well, I didn't give a damn. I still wanted you to post me.
Yeah, I was like, how am I gonna post you on and post me on my page? Like,
I understand you, but I know, like, from experience, like, I felt like you were, you could feel like your partner is ashamed when you don't have the reassurance outside of social media. You could feel like your partner is ashamed of you, like, oh, they're not posting me. And when you see other relationships posting, and you can feel like, oh, that's so sweet, like he posted her, like I wish my man would post me. Like, it's, to me, that's just a natural thing that some people will feel. Like, right. He's posting her. It's just natural. It's illogical. Like, some people can't help how they feel.
Right.
But now I don't care. So,
like, it's growth. To the point where it's like, I don't really put, like, this one thing I noticed while I was self-isolating. Like, I was on social media a lot. My screen time was crazy. Like, I was ashamed of the numbers. So it was like, I was on this shit so much that it was like, I started to see patterns in certain people, started to see traits in certain people. Like, people that I know personally in real life is like, this nigga's or girl or whoever is so lame on the internet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is not even who you are. You're much cooler in person if you be yourself. But on the internet, you come up here every day being toxic, or you to get people to comment or
likes and stuff,
posting mad story. Yeah, like mad stories and shit that you probably don't even believe in your heart. So it's like, I noticed like the internet shit, it make people something they not. Like, you're not this way. You don't have to act that way. But the internet really got a hold on some people where they feel like they have an obligation to show themselves to the world every day. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people, like, in certain relationships, they probably in bad, a lot of them are in bad relationships, but they just, I don't know who they searching for validation from, but they looking for
the wrong people.
That's the key. A lot of people are looking for validation.
That's just gonna gossip. You know what I'm saying?
They're looking for validation from people that don't give a damn about them.
Definitely.
And I know they don't give a damn because I be looking at this shit like, I don't give a damn. Mute.
Not even that. Just like click, like on the story.
Jasmine, I'm a muter.
Jasmine, so how often do you feel like somebody should post their significant other?
I think it's to your discretion, but I think it's just something like, it should be whenever you want to, but every day, or also too, like, I just feel like that's your page. I want to follow you. So if I start to see like every time you post, it's just you and the whomever, I'm like,
y'all need to make a couple's page.
Y'all need to make a couple, right? Like y'all need to make a separate page because I don't want to follow that person. I don't know who that is.
You know,
so I just think you start to see a pattern. Like me, I'm like, oh, I always post selfies. Like people know I post selfies. I don't never post videos. Like at the right, you know your patterns of what you do. Like,
you know what? And it's funny because I had some 2 people that told me like, well, 2.5. Somebody agreed, but they were like, we miss your morning videos in the car.
Like,
so, like people notice their patterns. Like I guess they probably was looking for my little car chronicles of me on my way to work. When I'm thinking I'm just talking to a bunch of nobody, it's like, oh, so you're right. I just think it should be genuine. Like, you know, or like when people post these the longest messages ever for somebody's birthday or whatever. Mike's birthday, I posted a nice little happy birthday. I think I posted 2 pictures and that's it. Because what I need to do all this for? Y'all know me together. I don't need to do a whole bunch of extra stuff to this and that.
Because also too, like, you know, like if you go out to eat, I know me blankly, I would kind of post the plate and like purposely not get the person. Like if I'm like, oh, okay, you post everything and you're like, oh, move out the way so you can make sure you don't get the person. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like you doing too much like to hide. But I'm saying
just
like
natural, yeah.
Right. Like just like you said, like genuine, like it is, like it just flow, like it just so happy you there.
It's general. You walking in the store and you get the person you with. But to
right.
do this, or you know, they do or well, you know, the whole thing you post them and you put an emoji over their face.
Yeah, that's what
I can't.
If you gotta have them, don't post it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't post. Just don't post.
I just don't get it. Don't post them. I don't understand why people do that.
But you know they love that. That's their favorite.
Let me ask y'all this, right? So I got a homeboy. He'd be like, I had to tell him one day, like I'll be texting him like, damn, da da da. So I text him about something, and then I text him about a post. He was like, she made me post that. So I text him another time, like 3 months later, like she made me post that. So I feel like every time his girl make him post something, like you can see it in their face. Do y'all see pictures where people look like the picture was forced or the video was forced, like when the man doesn't want to post her or the woman doesn't want to post him? Can y'all see that?
I have a post that comes to mind specifically of some people. It was like a Christmas photo and he just looked like he wanted to be anywhere but there. But that's the first one that like popped in my mind when you said it. Cause I remember like sitting there like, look at him looking miserable.
Yeah, like that's sometimes it be like that. You seen that before, Jasmine? They look like it's forced.
I ain't really seen that. I mean, I can't think of somebody
from today, like the couples pictures. Like, you can tell who want to take it and who don't want to take it.
Right. I don't pay no attention to that for real. I just know the one thing is that I just feel like some people just be doing too much. But yeah, I can't think of
every day.
Let me ask y'all this too.
Like they trying to to me it seems like they're trying to force a relationship on me.
Yeah.
Not me personally. But the social media outlet.
Yeah, trying to push it up.
Yeah, it's
so they
just
got
like,
the people that be like, oh my God,
together.
I love this. I love y'all together. Meanwhile, the last relationship him or her was in, they said they loved them together too.
And they was their king. Everybody's king.
Yeah. You ain't my king till you my husband.
I respect that.
Y'all crazy. Okay, we about to
you my prince.
You going to get them donuts?
No, they close.
Okay, well, come on.
9:00.
Flower seeds for the single.
I'm about to go eat some dinner. I made dinner.
Flower seeds for the single.
Okay, so my single, like that's what I was over here doing. Honestly, looking up stuff.
Because you ain't prepared.
What I was gonna say. Okay, so I guess my dating tip is dang, what was I gonna say? I don't know, but we're gonna go with this. Setting boundaries. Why I'm saying setting boundaries, I just feel like I don't know. I don't even have no tip for real. Let me see.
Can I wait? Can I ask you something? Since you're no longer single, can you still give seeds for the single?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's been single before.
Huh?
She's been single before.
I mean, I know. Like, we all been single before.
And she might be single again. Hopefully not.
Why would you even jinx that? Knock on wood.
What? I'm not jinxing. All I said was she might be single again. You might be single again.
Hey, from I just found out tonight, you might be single again before I will.
Hey.
Who you gonna take advantage of? Jada?
Y'all
I ain't
crazy.
gonna take it. I'm gonna
The
be taking
thing
I'm gonna get a man
was
with some money, an older man. Let me go find me a Jada.
what?
A Will. Sorry, a Will.
You start coming out party. Well, go ahead.
Y'all crazy.
So she still ain't prepared. Tell me something. All right.
Well, I did have one, but then I lost it because, of course, I had to go to another page on something else. Or blah, blah,
Okay.
blah.
Well, do you have a?
But this is what I was gonna say. So I was gonna say, set boundaries and firm limits. I just think it's important to set these boundaries and firm limits in the beginning, because at some point, like you get to I don't know why I say at some point so much, but at some point you just realize that it's easier to set them in the beginning and be honest about how you feel, so that you don't have to go back and try to justify or just get frustrated with whatever is going on by the time you're in a relationship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a bae?
Cut and dry. So my bae is Camila Harris. Being
Kamala?
that she is. Is it Kamala?
Yes, ma'am. It's Kamala. Ain't a single I in her name. It's Kama.
I don't give a damn how it's put on the paper, because people be putting hyphens and they spell it all different and all that anyway.
People
but
also misspell your name. Does that mean it ain't Jasmine?
But I'm just saying, people put hyphens in everything. You gonna say, oh, it ain't no I in her name. People pronounce it how they want to pronounce it.
We are telling you it
but
is Kamala.
How's it pronounced?
Kamala.
Okay. Anyway, Kamala. That she's the first woman of color on a major party's ticket as the VP. I made her as the bae. She is a Howard University alumni. She graduated, I believe, in 1986 or 4. Let me see. Because I looked.
She was born in 1964. She looks good.
She graduated in 1986 from Howard with the Bachelor's of Arts in Political Science and Economics. She's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated in the Divine Nine, and she earned her law degree in 1989 from Hastings College. But I just wanted to, shout her out for at least, getting, because that is a great feat to be nominated to be announced as the VP.
Okay.
For Joe Biden.
Okay, so for my hair tip, my product I am featuring this week, it is the Aunt Jackie's Quench Moisture Intensive Leave-In. Huh?
Are you looking at it?
Yes, I was gonna show the people.
Oh, okay.
This right here is the bomb. The bomb. So yeah, it helps moisturize your hair great. It is definitely like a new staple when I wash my hair every week.
It came in your curl box.
It came in my curl box first, but they sell it at Target.
Oh, okay. Because I'm about to say.
Yeah, I found out about it through my curl box. It came in my curl box 1 month, and since then I have actually and I don't really buy products because I get a curl box. So for me to go out and buy something means it's like I really like it. So I actually went out and I bought another one because they could well, this one is the 12 ounce, so you get a pretty good amount. But I use a good amount of it. Like I really work it through. And so depending on how much hair you have or whatever, you can go through it. And I probably will use it with like every wash and go I do. So I'm gonna use it. Yeah. And professional tip, I'm still struggling to be back at work. So, if you went to work, good job. That's my professional tip. Congratulations on making it.
Well, professional tip too is just, I think one professional tip is to time management. I don't know. I don't have no tip with it, but I suck at it.
Oh, well.
Being that I work from home, I guess because I don't have much structure in my day anymore. Because
working from home, I actually was more productive working from home than at work. At work, I go talk to people. I'll go visit and I chat and I'll leave and go run and get something. At home, I was more productive.
Right.
Because it was just me. I wasn't able to talk to. Huh?
I about to say, so what I have started doing is doing a to-do list in the morning of things I need to accomplish throughout the day, at least.
And that helps you feel accomplished as you check stuff off. Like, okay, well, even though I didn't do a full 8 hours worth of stuff, at least I did knock these out.
Right.
And that's kind of what I would do. So I would have things set in mind that I wanted to make sure I did. And so if I did them, I'm like, okay, well, I did something. But I mean, there's a pandemic going on, so But I mean, some days you do nothing, so you're right.
I'm a slacker.
You think like if you made like a set schedule for yourself, or like at 1 o'clock I'm doing this, and like just make it like a schedule of the day for like every hour on the hour for yourself. Do you think that would make you more productive and help with time management?
Yeah, but I don't follow that. I still don't even follow that, because if 1 o'clock come and I don't have nobody on my schedule and I'm hungry, I'm gonna go eat.
I think
like even for that, like set a set time. Like, well, I'm gonna eat at this time. I'm gonna take a break at this time.
Right. I need, but I actually need to follow through with it. I think that's what I need to. So that's why like the bullet points help, because it's not like as structured as that. Because it's just like I'm at home, I eat when I get hungry. Like, why do I need to put on my schedule 1 o'clock when nobody's coming to see me? Compared to like when I was in the office, somebody was coming to see me at 2 o'clock, so I needed to eat by 2 o'clock. Yeah, so it's kind of like I got so much flexibility. It'd be like,
do you
if
feel
I'm
like
not hungry, why am I gonna go? Because this is my lunch block. I'm gonna call another client.
You feel like you're getting too comfortable at home?
Definitely.
Jasmine was comfortable at home from the very beginning. Like from the very beginning, she was comfortable at home. So.
Word.
Yep. So
the biggest struggle. Once I got over the hump of, we don't work 8 hours at work anyway. So once I got over the hump of feeling obligated to work 8 hours at home, I've been fine ever since. Once I realized, like, you don't have to fill 8 hours worth of work because you don't work 8 hours at work. Yeah. So any final thoughts, you all? Jasmine, do you have a closing quote to let us out on?
Don't be nobody's fool. You are the head and not the tail.
Okay.
That's it.